It's podcast time. What's up, everybody? It's BC Villanova born on a morning on October. This podcast is brought to you today by the awesome people at the Rockstar Barber Shop. Do you need to get ready for that job interview or the stage or a photo shoot? Well, the awesome hair care professionals at the Rockstar Barber Shop have you covered with non-traditional cuts, fades, and shaves, as well as traditional. They've also got a Battle of the Bands happening, so if you play in a local band in the Columbia, South Carolina area and you'd like to find out more information about that, visit the Rockstar Barbershop's Facebook page and you can find out some more details about that. They're open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. 2 different locations in West Columbia and Lexington, South Carolina. Look and feel like a rock star with the Rockstar Barbershop. My guest today has been practicing chiropractic magic for over 20 years. He's the owner of Collaborative Healthcare in Lexington, South Carolina. He's the co-founder of Sourwood Honey, and he's the pillar of strength for his family, his friends, his community. It's the wise, it's the wonderful. It's Dr. Shane Carter, ladies and gentlemen. All right, what's up, buddy? How you doing?
What's up?
I thought I was about to have a stroke on that intro. I don't know what
It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did good.
Thanks,
except for
man.
the kind of the pause there. I thought you were going out.
I know it. Well, it's like fun fact here, you're my cousin.
That's right.
So it's kind of like added, like, man, I need to impress my cousin, man, with the podcast, you know? Then I just fumbled it, but it's fine.
It's awesome, man. I'm happy to be here with you.
Yeah, man. And it's funny because a lot of people think we're brothers, which I do consider you like my brother, you know?
And vice versa.
Yeah. We're really close, and sometimes a girl will come up to me and she's like, I saw your brother the other day. I'm like, you did? Yeah, he worked on my back. I'm like, you let Derek work on your back? Like, I was like, oh, you mean Shane? I was like, oh, well, technically we're cousins. I was like, but no, he is like my brother. That's cool. Our dads are brothers. Like, if you want to get technical with
technical.
it.
That's
but
the way it works.
Yeah, but no, I've always considered you a brother. And
thank you, man.
Yeah.
Same to you.
I'm proud to be your brother, cousin, or whatever I am to you, you know? So what's going on with you?
Nothing, man. Just coming off 4 days of work. I work 12 to 13 hours a day seeing patients, trying to get people better and get them out living life again, living large.
Yeah.
And, it's pretty taxing on your body. Mm-hmm. And so this past year I started taking Fridays off.
Yes.
So I can rest my body parts as well so that I can be back on Monday and be ready to go.
I don't feel as guilty about asking you to do a Thursday night podcast now. You got tomorrow off,
This
dude.
is perfect.
Nice.
This is perfect timing, man.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's killer.
Yep.
That's awesome, man. So you've been doing this over 20 years.
Coming up on 24.
Yeah.
Yep. So we opened up in 2002 or 2003, and we just primarily started off as a chiropractic office. Mm-hmm. And then much later into the game, I wanted to kind of change things around. Mm-hmm. And so we became Collaborative Healthcare because I thought it fit with the image and model that I had in my mind, mm-hmm. which was bringing medical, PT, aesthetics, massage therapy, chiro all together mm-hmm. in one building so that we could treat the whole patient. Make it efficient, so you know how bad traffic is around Lexington these days.
Yeah.
So everybody can just kind of, one stop, and get everything done there.
One-stop shop.
Yeah, man.
Do it up, man.
That's it.
That's killer.
That's it.
Yeah, helping people out. And I know with like the advent of the readily available cell phone, everybody's doing this all day long.
Yeah.
So everybody's got the hump in their neck. I'm sure you just see neck patients all day long.
It's crazy. I mean, and really what's more evident is now our patients are getting younger and younger and younger. When I first started, I saw a few athletes, young high schoolers, and maybe a few kids for some certain things, ear infections, that kind of stuff. And but now I see a lot of young kids, and it is because of what is called tech neck.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Just looking down?
Well, your shoulders are rounded, your head's out in front of your shoulders, kind of like if you ever held a bowling ball before?
Yeah.
And most people use a 7 or 8 pound bowling ball, but your head is basically 7.5% of your body weight. So you think about that. That's 10 to 15 pounds now. If you took a bowling ball and held it out here in front of you, I give you less than 30 seconds before
Right.
your muscles hear fatigue
Yeah.
and you drop the ball. So if you held the ball next to your chest, you could probably walk around with it for quite some time. So it's the same premise with the body. Like all the muscles are stretched and physically unsound when your head starts going in front of your shoulders. And so what happens is they get fatigued, and then the joints of your spine also get fatigued. They get locked. They don't move. It creates inflammation, creates pain, and then muscle tension, muscle spasm, trigger points.
Yeah.
It's just the whole cascade, starts
So
all that.
your whole skull is like 8 pounds?
I
10
mean,
pounds?
more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about a grown man, it's usually, let's say, 200 pounds.
Yeah.
So if you took 10% of that, that's 20 pounds. So
20-pound head.
you're going to have roughly a 16-pound head if you're looking at 7.5%, 8%.
I saw some genius Robin Williams skit, and he was talking about your brain as like essentially like a 1 pound gland or something like that. But I mean, because he was just going off like, yes sir, no, like he was just doing his like normal Robin Williams thing, and somewhere in there he mentions the brain. It was genius the way he described it, but it is crazy that. Well, first of all, so that's the skull, 20 pounds total, but how much does the brain weigh?
Roughly about 3 pounds.
3 pounds, dude.
So when I was in chiropractic school, we had the gross anatomy lab. So we had about 8 to 10 bodies in there. And so as we're studying anatomy in class, it's broken down in sections. So then you go to the anatomy lab at night and you break that section down like upper body, chest, arms, cavity, and back. I mean, all of it's broken in sections so that we could just work on that one spot. But we had this bucket. It was a big like Walmart plastic bucket.
Yeah.
And formaldehyde in it, and it was the head bucket.
Oh my God.
So there were like 7 or 8 heads in there. And so we used basically like a metronome to cut the head in completely perfectly in two. So then you could study the brain.
Whoa.
You could study the ventricles where the cerebrospinal fluid flows in and around the spine, which bathes your disc in your back. And it was amazing. Some of these heads were like 20 pounds, 22 pounds, 18. So, it kind of really paints the picture of what we're carrying around there. But when we're carrying it over the rest of our body, we don't really recognize it.
Yeah.
So
it's like you should do more neck exercises. Go to that thing in the gym where it's like the head pad and you just you see some dudes in there like
Traditionally, that was kind of the first way it was thought of.
Yeah.
But it actually created a lot of neck injuries because people would kind of get carried away and put too much weight on it.
Yeah.
So the exercise now is called posterior translation. So it's almost like making a double chin. So
no problem there with this guy.
No, it's
the Connor double chin. You don't really have it that bad, buddy.
Well,
but,
that's why I wear a beard.
Oh, nice. Yeah, maybe I need to grow a beard.
You need to grow a beard, man. Yeah, but
Plus, I feel like singing. I just like over 30 years of singing. I just got like jowls going. Like
yeah. But it's just that is one of the best exercises for forward head posture, and that's something we teach.
Just this?
Yeah. So a great place, like you're in your car, you're sitting at a stoplight, and it's like taking forever. Your headrest is right behind you, right? So you can push your head in your headrest and get some resistance. Hold 5 seconds to let it go. And like I just tell my patients, like, hey, every time you're at the stoplight, you're sitting there forever. There's nothing to do.
Right.
Just get some exercises in. And you can get a good little workout before you get to your destination.
What at the Night at the Roxbury thing? Will Ferrell, Chris Kattan?
Yeah.
That's probably not good for you.
It's not. No,
okay,
that's kind of like, it helps my job out. By
Right,
doing that,
yeah.
Or some head banging, like
I'm about to say,
like a
for
Metallica
all the
concert.
metal kids and punk rockers out there, how good is head banging for your spine and neck?
Not good. Okay. Not good at all.
So if you're
it's job security.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess, Metallica, once they cut their hair, maybe they stopped the head banging. But I mean, what if you're one of these metal bands that's head banging, like Korn, for example? They got the long dreadlocks still, and they've been head banging for like 40 years.
I bet they have a chiropractor.
They probably do.
Bet you they do.
But sometimes they do like a circle instead of like straightforward. But
I guarantee they have a chiropractor that they go and see. I'll bet you.
Can you get a shot in your neck? Like
you can. Generally, that's done for like disc injuries. So if you've got nerve root compression, which is radiating pain down into your back, your upper back, and your arms, and it's really, really not responding to adjusting, or they're in so much pain there's just no way you're going to be able to introduce an adjustment into that area. You're just going to kill them. It's going to hurt so bad.
Yeah.
So we refer for MRI first because the radiologist, they're going to read the MRI and give all the what they call the radiological impression. And so when we send them to an ortho or a neuro, they're going to be able to use that disc to guide that needle into the proper area for safety.
Right.
And they put a steroid in there, which basically takes all the inflammation away, which takes away the pain signals. So patients get relief so we can adjust, do decompression, and work on healing the disc and then do some rehab later to kind of seal the deal.
I love steroids, man. You know what I mean? Like every time I'll get like a cold and I have to take a steroid, I'm like, whoa, like I feel like
amazing.
Superman. Yeah, let's do this all the time. But
it's the best stuff
it'll
ever.
destroy your liver, right? And pancreas.
I mean, of course, if you are taking it every week, but
Yeah.
just for the kind of pain that you might experience every couple, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 years, whatever.
Yeah.
Nah, it's not gonna.
Not too
gonna
bad.
No.
It sometimes makes me a little jittery. What's the one? I'll keep it on deck for laryngitis and stuff. And if I've got like a big show and I've like lost my voice, I'll pop one of those. God, what's that one steroid that's like readily available that they give you? Because they always give you like amoxicillin and the Z-Pack, and there's like this one steroid that you
Come
always
out
get.
dose Medrol pack.
Yeah.
So it's like a pill.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a dose Medrol pack.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like a step down. You take 1, then you do
Right.
5, you do 4, you do 3, you do 2, you do 1, and then you're done. And it's like
but
a
there's
10-day.
one. Cow, I forgot what it's called, man. But my friend Darren, shout out to Darren Rhodes. He told me about this because he sang in Nashville for years, and I taught his son Ryan. But whatever it is, man, not to like advocate take a bunch of steroids, but like I do remember like just taking it, and it was like my cold was just gone, and I got through my show.
amazing.
Yeah, I was like, whoa, it was like played a really good show. Other than that, I was like a little jittery, like I was a little nervous.
It does. Wires you
But,
up big time.
yeah.
Can make you a little irritable. But hey, when I don't know if anybody out there watching this has ever had disc pain. It's not necessarily the worst pain I see in my office because I see worse pains. But it's one of those things that it just grinds on you like a bad tooth. And the one thing that's so bad about it too is discs typically get larger and engorge more with blood at night when you're still.
Right.
So you're trying to sleep.
Yeah.
And now this thing is just gnawing on you on your right arm, and you can't get comfortable, and you start losing sleep, and it's kind of
Snowball
tough
effect.
running a family and running a business when you're going through all that.
Yeah.
So, it's just, that's what I'm saying. It's important to take care of your spine. I always say like your teeth. Everybody can see your teeth.
Right.
And we're always working on our teeth because everybody can see them, right?
Right, yeah.
What if we wore our spine on the outside? We'd probably take a whole lot better care of it.
You'd be like scrubbing on this.
yeah, than we do now. But I'm just saying, man, people
Spine brush. Don't forget a toothbrush.
You need to take care of it, man, because another really deeper than that, it houses the nervous system, which is basically the circuitry for your whole body.
Right.
So
Yeah.
wouldn't you want it to work the best it can?
Right.
All the time, right?
Yeah.
So, I often say like chiropractic's like kind of like a breaker box. Like we have all these breakers that are our spine, right, with all these nerves, and those breakers flip, and things just don't work as well anymore. So what do? You flip the breaker in the right place.
Lights out and lights on, yeah.
Yeah, it's not rocket science, y'all. It's just pretty simple stuff.
That's crazy. And how much of it is so if you get like tingling in your arms and legs, and I talked to your daughter's boyfriend about this last time I was hanging out with LJ's because he's a pitcher for like Carolina.
Yeah. He had thoracic outlet syndrome,
Which means numbness.
Complete.
Like you wake up, your arm is numb.
Also blood flow.
Okay.
And what it typically comes from is our first rib. Like you can literally palpate it right here. If you take a deep breath in, it's right there, and it comes off our first thoracic, which is just right here at the bottom of your collar.
Yeah.
So what happens with these thoracic outlet syndrome patients is they typically have an extra set of ribs off the last cervical vertebra, and it's one more thing to compress what is called the brachial plexus.
Okay.
And the brachial plexus comes off your 5th, 6th, 7th cervical and 1st thoracic.
There will be a quiz later.
There will. And but it just compresses that area.
Yeah.
So it blocks nerve flow, and it can also block the artery that supplies the arm. So you get numbness. Your hands get cold.
That's
you
scary,
could actually
man.
lose your ability to write. I mean, it's a very serious surgery, and there's very
Total
few.
nightmare for musicians.
Yeah, there are very few people. Yeah, like could you imagine trying to play a guitar when you couldn't control your
Or
fingers?
piano or drums or
Right,
anything.
yeah.
I mean,
It's horrible.
sucks.
So there's a few specialists in the United States that actually do that surgery and do it well. And those folks, that's the only thing that really helps.
So part of your upper, what'd you say, upper brachii?
It's brachial, which means arm, Latin
right.
for arm.
Okay, brachial. It's pinching a nerve here. That's
Yes,
what's going on.
yeah,
So blood flow
underneath.
is
Yeah,
impeded?
those 4 nerves that come out of there come into one bundle with that artery, and then
Yeah.
split again, radial, medial, ulnar nerves.
Yeah.
To supply this hand,
Yeah.
and
okay.
it impedes all of that.
Gotcha. Yeah. That's a nightmare, man. I hope he, because I mean I knew just pitching like a million times.
Yeah.
Because were USC a baseball player? Is that what he
He
was?
played it at USC. I think Buford, which is at what's the one at Hilton Head? Is it Buford? USC
Guy in the
Buford?
chair? I don't know.
I think it is.
USC Buford. I
I
don't
think
know.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ryan, don't be mad at me if I got it wrong, man. I'm sorry.
You don't even know where I played baseball, man. What the? Well,
Yeah, but
those
anyway,
dudes just throwing baseballs like that all freaking day
Yeah.
long. I mean, and I'll just throw with my 11-year-old son for like a couple hours. I'm just like, dude, like, this
Yeah.
is kind of, I'm not even throwing that fast. Like,
Repetitive injuries.
I guess, yeah, repetitive, yeah. But I have had a little bit of numbness and stuff. But one of the doctors told me, like, you pinch, and correct me if I'm wrong if you agree with this or not, but you pinch, and if you kind of make an impression, but then the color comes back, you're good. Like, you don't necessarily need to panic. But
Right.
the panic is when, like,
That takes a long time for
it
the
takes a
blood flow to
long
come
time.
back.
If you've got blood flow, you can see it coming back. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
quickly.
It's almost like there's like a hypercolor shirts that people used to wear
Right.
in the late '90s.
Yeah.
Like it's like
Yeah.
you touch it and it leaves a hand imprint. And,
Yeah.
if you're getting numbness and coldness and stuff. But yeah, I get that, man. Like, but I've got GERD, so I have to like.
That stuff sucks, man.
It sucks, man.
It's the
Because
worst.
It's like, okay, gastroesophageal reflux disease. Don't drink bourbon. Don't drink coffee or eat chocolate. I'm like, that's not my favorite things.
Life-
Like, what should I do?
Life is
or
over.
hot sauce. I'm
It's
like,
over. You have nothing
what
else
the hell?
left to do.
But if you watch your diet, you can kind of go back on some of those too. I just had to like
Yeah,
reset.
What
you
kind
know?
of what sets it off for you?
Fried foods.
Yeah.
Chocolate, which I love. I mean, I love Chick-fil-A. I love freaking anything chocolate. So my tastes don't work for my body well. What the stuff I like isn't good for me.
Yeah.
You know?
I know, but that still sucks. You can't enjoy chocolate without having like your acid come up in your mouth.
Yeah, I will. But but so I'll have that going on. So I have to sleep in a chair kind of upright, and then my neck will get tweaked, and then I'll have like some numbness and weirdness. I'm like, God, dude. It's just, and I hate it when people are like, "You're getting old, man." I'm like, yeah, but like Chris Hemsworth is around my age, man. He's
yeah.
not like that way. You know what I'm saying?
You know,
Like,
interesting enough, I don't have it. I'll tell you what does cause it though. I have, from that motorcycle accident I was in a long time ago.
That was scary.
Tore myself up pretty good, but my
Yeah.
shoulder is the biggest kind of takeaway from that one. Just really tore it up, and my whole profession is like through my upper body and my shoulders.
Yeah.
So like last night, I had a hard time sleeping because my shoulder was throbbing, and I don't like to, take too many things all the time, but I do when I
Yeah.
have to. So I take like a meloxicam, which is about an 800 milligram like ibuprofen.
Okay.
Okay. Those things work.
Yeah.
They work really good. But if I do like 2 or 3 days in a row, I'll get reflux. And I'm like telling my wife, like, how in the heck do people live with that? It's just miserable. And then if I
Yeah.
don't take one the next day, it goes away.
yeah.
You know?
It if you're a singer, it jacks up your vocal cords. I mean, it messes with your
Because the
sinuses.
acid would mess with your larynx, right?
Yep.
Which is like the guitar strings of your throat.
Yeah, you got those vocal folds, and you're
Yeah.
just kind of frying them, and it's like you got all that acid, and you're inhaling it, so your sinus cavities get jacked and burnt, and like I have bad sinus problems anyway. And also, one thing I found out is like GERD and acid reflux can cause insomnia, can cause depression, can cause anxiety, and sinus problems.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like,
Yeah.
that's my whole life. That's why I started playing music, to like give myself a distraction. And
Do you take
know,
something for it?
every now and then. I don't like to take pills,
Yeah.
man. I mean, I'll take a Xanax every now and then if I have to drive to Nashville by myself or something.
Yeah.
But I'm just not like, I don't like pills. You
Yeah.
know, I wish I didn't have to take
I'm the
pills.
same way.
Yeah,
I'm the
because
same way.
it's just you take one and it's how much is in it. You don't freaking know. And I don't know. It's just a weird thing.
It is. I
Yeah.
agree. I try to do everything I possibly can to keep my body moving in the best way I can. It's like, it just can't be perfect all the time. You know? But you know, I guess like this whole revolution of trying to eat better foods, I think is definitely super important.
Yeah.
Because I think the speed at which America lives kind of created our own monster, right? Where everything's fast.
Yeah.
It's got like God knows how many chemicals in it to sit on a shelf for 500 years.
Right.
And but it's fast, so we can throw it in water or we can stick it in the microwave and we can eat it. I get it, but man, you think about like when Chris and I were little, and this is before you were born.
Yeah.
And Grandma and Grandpa down the road there had like all those big, like huge, like gardens. I'm talking like an acre field full of stuff.
Apple trees for
apple
Grandpa
trees,
Calvin, yeah.
apple trees, pear trees, and Grandma canned everything.
Okay. Yeah.
Like she had this cabinet just full of mason jars of everything in the universe once the growing season was over.
Yeah.
To put on our table.
Right.
So she was eating organic before organic became like this catchphrase and this cool thing to do.
Right.
We were all living that way.
Yeah, that's
and
cool.
you think about going back and looking at pictures of everyone at that time.
Yeah.
No one was overweight.
Yeah.
I mean, not even a little bit sticking over the belt.
When did people start getting fat? Like the 80s?
I think it was a little bit later. I think it was like maybe early 90s.
Because when did McDonald's come out? I mean, the first
They've been
McDonald's was in
around.
California in like late
been around.
70s or 60s.
I think it's been longer than that because I can remember going to Hardee's in Belmont when I was like 3, and the cheeseburger was the Happy Meal cheeseburger.
Yeah, it's small.
Like that's all you got.
Yeah.
That was your meal.
Yeah.
And a little tiny fry and a little tiny drink.
Yeah.
And then look at where we are now.
Yeah.
I mean,
Supersize it. It's a gallon of Coke.
You're holding it like
Supersize your fry.
this. Yeah, and Coke is this. Yeah, and it always trips me out, man. It's like everybody goes through and they get like a triple cheeseburger and a large biggie fry, and they get a Diet Coke.
I know it. Yeah.
You're like, what?
My
in
mom
the
does that,
world,
man. I'm like,
I
Diet
have
Coke
tried to
cannot
tell
be
her.
good
I
for
told
you.
her to quit.
I know.
Yeah, I was like, all those artificial sugars
And
cannot
I'm like,
be
Mom,
good.
what is this? And she's like, well, I thought I told you to stop drinking whiskey. I was like, well, I'm going to go drink whiskey right now, Mom, because you're drinking Diet Coke. I thought that was our deal,
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm going to go drink right now. She's like, well,
I
I'll
don't know.
stop it. I
We're
pick on her all the
trying.
time
We're
about it.
trying to get things healthier. Trying to get people a little more educated, and but it's gonna be a tough road to hoe. Let
Yeah.
me tell you, because
man.
everybody's
Just
used
eating
to what
better.
they're used to. But we need to do it, man. We need to like think about all the things like. I mean, don't you think cancer would probably improve if we didn't eat so many processed foods and all this
would
junk
think
and
so.
crap in our body?
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't think
Go
cancer.
to outside of the grocery
I
store.
don't think cancer just
no preservatives,
I don't believe you're just born with like I know genes are genes, right?
Yeah.
And I understand all that. All right, I'm not gonna have a debate there, but I also believe in something called epigenetics.
Okay.
Have you heard of that term?
No.
Okay, so example, you got twins. Okay, they're identical.
Right.
They're identically made. All right.
Okay.
So if it were to say that genes expressed in every person the same way, then why would one twin develop diabetes and the other would not?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there you got to go, something to that.
Yeah. Is that a common occurrence? I mean,
There's been studies.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm pointing it out.
Right.
Because there've been studies. But the thing came down to lifestyle choices.
right.
The one twin was very healthy, ate very healthy,
Yeah.
exercised every day, supplemented his diet, and the other one did not.
Other one gets an affinity for like Starburst every day or like some kind of candy or.
The theory is, epigenetics is that you can affect the expression of that gene by the lifestyle choices you make.
Okay. Yeah.
All right? So my point is there again, I understand the genes and I know we can break them down, like especially like for breast cancer and all that, but what if that person had like really lived a truly like very healthy, low stress life
Yeah.
and all those kinds of things, and it just never expressed and never happened?
If you could eat like one meal, or you could just tell everybody you had to eat one meal, what's the meal to eat? Is it like baked chicken avocado and like kale or something?
We like our nurse practitioner Elizabeth Tamale one. She does that with our weight loss patients, and we just try to help them simplify and say keep your plate colorful.
Yeah.
I mean, think about how bland a really fattened Southern meal is. You got
Right,
fried chicken,
yeah.
mashed potatoes, and
Yeah, oh,
gravy,
yeah.
and and maybe we throw some color in there with some cheese macaroni,
Yeah.
right? But like having a lean chicken or steak, same thing, and then doing some like steamed beans, green beans. A salad with a good salad dressing, or
Yeah.
some steamed carrots, or even if you put your carrots. You like carrots?
Yeah.
You put carrots in a frying pan.
Okay.
All right. Put a little olive oil, or maybe don't use a seed oil, but put them when you cook them. The sugars come out, and
Yeah.
they're natural sugars.
Right.
They're not Snicker bar sugars.
Oh yeah, I love sweet carrots.
And they're
That's
so
amazing.
good, right?
Yeah.
I mean, people don't really understand that one principle for the most time. I mean, they just think carrots are kind of bland when you eat them raw. But
Yeah.
man, if you cook them a little bit, those sugars come out. They're good. But just things like that. Just trying to keep the plate as colorful as possible.
I like it. I have this debate with some friends because they're like, man, like, I've been on a keto diet, bro, and like, I don't even crave Snickers bar anymore. I don't even crave milkshakes and Rushes anymore. And I'm just like, whatever, dude. Are you telling me a milkshake from Rushes that's chocolatey and smooth, like if I put it in front of your face right now, like you wouldn't want to take a sip of it? Like, come on, dude. It's the greatest thing of all time. But I know what you're saying. Like, maybe you can train your body to like not want the sugars, and your gut is just like gazillion of like bacteria in the biome. It's like people always think they have like the angel and the devil on the shoulder, but really it's like you have a billion devils in your gut, like just telling you like, eat sugar, eat this. I've got an affinity for this now. Eat a
The other
Snickers
thing
bar.
is that sugar stimulates the same part of the brain as like cocaine or any of your drugs, right?
All right.
So it's addictive.
Yeah.
I mean, it truly is, and your body craves it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of hard to
What's
get off
better
of.
for you, Coke or like Snickers bar?
Both.
Okay. Yeah. Just do both, man. Just all night long.
Nah, I mean,
You did the one.
all right,
Get you a Rush's milkshake, get you a line. Like,
you
You probably shouldn't do it. Probably not.
Yeah, probably. But
Well, let's talk about this if you're comfortable talking about this. And but like marijuana, are we close for it to be legal? And if so, is it going to be able to help our veterans that have PTSD, our cancer patients that like can't eat because they're sick from radiation and chemotherapy? You know what I mean?
I think so we've both gone through cancer patients.
Right.
I went through cancer, but Chris was obviously a lot worse. And
So just for the listeners and viewers that don't know, my big brother Chris Connor passed away from lung cancer stage 4 at he was like not even 40, he was 38.
38.
He's 38.
Yeah.
So him and Shane were best friends, and I was always like the little kid like bouncing around like, what are you guys up to? But you guys were always cool to me, and y'all would be like making a plate in the kitchen, like talking, like cracking up laughing, going fishing or something, and I would like try to crack a joke, and Chris would be like, he's just like us. And I'm like, yes. Like it was like the biggest honor in the world. You'd just be like included with y'all or something, man. So Chris was like my all-time hero, and you guys both were. But and so anyway, not to go off on this tangent, but just to say I always appreciated you because you always included me, and I'm just the epitome of the annoying little brother. Like, look at me, I need all the attention. I'm the baby of the family. I wrote this new song. I was like, okay, but then after he died, like you kind of like took me in, and maybe we took both of each other in because it was so freaking hard.
It was freaking hard. Yeah, it was.
You kind of filled that role for me of like Chris, which is nobody could fill that role, obviously, but like. And it's funny because every podcast, like I joke, I'm like, I promise myself I wasn't gonna cry, but I might like literally cry this podcast because every time I hang out with you, we drink bourbon, we start crying,
man.
we start talking about Chris.
Well, we
It's gonna be the saddest podcast ever, folks. All right, buckle up. No,
it's because we both have that deep inside of us, and we don't really let it out.
Right,
and
right.
I think it's good that we do from time to time.
Another thing is, man, like you should just celebrate human life and people that passed on. And I like to talk about my brother a lot. I talked to him about him a lot, like right after he died. And then I kind of was like, man, maybe people don't want me to talk about him so much. So I kind of like stopped talking about him. But he was literally like the best person I ever knew, and I was just lucky to be his little brother. I mean that, and all my friends that I graduated with felt the exact same way because he kind of adopted everybody, dude. It wasn't just me.
He did.
He would literally give you the shirt off his back.
He would.
Like. Try his key in your car to magically open it, like, come get you in the middle of nowhere. If you're having a panic attack, he'd like come to your house and like give you some Valium or something, which has literally happened to me countless times.
Yeah.
He was just the ultimate human being, ultimate big brother. So, and you know, and people like that in our lives that we all love, that we've lost, like we should talk about them and celebrate them, man. It's like
sure.
keep them alive in our memory. So,
well, you know, the biggest blessing is that, you know, we have the music. You know, so if I want to hear Chris, I can just turn on some Sourwood Honey or some South or even some old Connor Brothers, you know.
Never heard of them.
You know, it's kind of cool.
What a band name, too. It's like, what should we name our band? Chris Connor and Brian Connor? How about the Connor Brothers? Yeah, it's funny.
Y'all thought about that a long time.
Yeah, it's like the Dave Matthews Band or something. It's like you don't put a lot of thought into it, but it worked.
It did.
But you know what's funny, man? Like, because I'll say, like, what's my 5 favorite singers? And by the way, preview, because I'm going to ask you this question, 5 favorite bands in a little bit here, because I like to ask all my guests this. But, like, my 5 favorite singers, 3 of them are Chris. It's Chris Connor, Chris Cornell, and Chris Robinson from the Black Crowes, and then probably, like, some heavy metal dudes, Randy Bly and Jonathan Davis or something.
Those are 3 good ones.
Yeah, dude. I mean, and Chris Connor, and that's another thing. I'm like, he was such a freaking amazing singer, man. Like, a voice of pure gold and angelic gloriousness. And honestly, like, I just forget that sometimes.
Yeah.
Because he was just,
have a good voice.
His personality to me and his big brotherness and love almost like overshadowed the fact that he was this huge like rock star, superstar in my eyes. I mean, that kind of combined the whole mythology of him. But I mean, sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, he was in a band that everybody loved also, but really just him, period, everybody loved, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Nah, you know, he was kind of one of those guys that, you know, at the end of the shows always stand there to shake everybody's hand that was there or talk to everybody that was there. Everybody wanted to be talked to. You know, he was going to stick around and do that because I see you do that too, which I think is cool because, you know, a lot of people, I think, associate really well with music. It lyrically, it can bring up emotions in people that you probably don't even know about. And, you know, and memories, things of that nature, you know. And so when they connect with somebody on stage, you know, they just want a little piece of you from time to time. And I think it's important that you give that to them because ultimately, you know, they're the ones buying your albums or, well, we can't say albums anymore. Just dating
collection
myself.
of songs.
Yeah, but songs.
You just stream them now instead of going and buying. Well, you can still buy them at certain mom and pop shops. Shout out to Papa Jazz and Scratch and Spin, Eric at Scratch and Spin. You can still go buy CDs. You can still go buy tapes if you want, but it's you know. Definitely like less of that. I mean, I think vinyl records outsold CDs for the last couple of years, which is nuts.
There?
I mean, like, I guess it's more of like a collector-friendly thing. You go into Best Buy and Walmart, and it's like you can still get those vinyl records of.
I mean, is it the truth that? Because I mean, I hear from like some, I guess, like album purist that the sound is better.
It's warmer. I think so. I think
you think it is?
I think so.
Yeah.
It's the analog sound. You know, the bummer about listening to music on your phone is like you're so distracted by your phone, you got to plug it up to your little USB port or lightning port if you got an old school iPhone or Droid, whatever the hell you got. But you got 2 sources of volume. You got your volume here, so you never know if it's getting like compressed or distorted. Like versus like put the CD in back in the day, man, just roll with it. You know, you listen to a whole record front to back, or even skip through your favorite songs. But I feel now everybody's like, you know, fidgeting on their phone to find just the one song, and I don't know, music is just enjoyed differently, but, you know, it's never going away. People are going to always enjoy music differently, but that's another thing, man. Like, vinyls came back. Like, people are, you know, kids.
Buying old record players again.
Yeah, I mean, and you get that old, like, you know, Victrola or, like, the $50 one from Best Buy or something, and you get to experience music how people experienced it in the 60s, 70s, 50s, whatever, you know?
Well, I hate to sound like an old fart, but it did seem like music was... I don't want to say better, but it was less tampered with. So like what you heard in the studio,
it's just a bunch of dudes with guitars.
What you heard live.
Yeah, there's like no computer tuning everything.
You like put the album on and you let's say you had just seen them live.
Yeah,
and it really didn't sound any different.
Right.
But when you listen to someone live now and you listen to their music now, it does sound different.
Yeah, it just depends who it is. I mean, there's some amazing bands out there, but I know what you're saying. Like Leonard Skinner would practice like 10 hours in a shed with no electricity out in the woods, you know what I mean?
Yep.
I mean, just the old school band's work ethic was probably just like unparalleled with that, with the bands that really made it. I mean, so you're right, for sure. Just amazing freaking singers. And this may be treading into dangerous, controversial waters. But should we talk about the Super Bowl performance a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody's God. And by the way, like it's already a week after. By the time this airs, it'll be like 2 weeks after or something. But so the Bad Bunny thing happened, obviously, you know. And my take on it, aside from
Did you watch it?
Yeah, yeah. And
so what did you think?
Well, okay, so I kind of flipped back and forth because I want to see a couple of people on the Kid Rock thing. So like the wife and babies were watching like Bad Bunny, and they were just kind of like totally immersed. And I was like also on the YouTube phone, like I was kind of looking back and forth a little bit. But man, it was I really like the fact that it's like. If you're Puerto Rican, you're a Latino, I think it's like a thing of pride, you know what I mean? And I really like that. It could maybe be looked as like a healing thing for our country because I think a lot of people, in light of just current events, have felt kind of persecuted lately, you know what I mean, for that. So hopefully that was like an olive branch, like a healing thing for our country to like for that to happen. And I think he did a amazing job with all the choreography. And like the plants out on the field, the couple that got like married. Did you see that?
No.
There's a couple that literally got married. Like, and that's another thing I was like, they got married to the Super Bowl. What if years later they're like, you don't even talk to me anymore, babe? So we got married at the Super Bowl. You know, she's like, shut up. I don't know. But they got married at the Super Bowl. Lady Gaga, I think the only person that sang in English, you know, but she killed it. Like she's always glorious, like beautiful voice.
Yep.
And Ricky Martin was on it.
Yeah.
So, you know, he's like in this like white plastic chair. He gets up and he's just like one of the most handsome dudes that's ever lived, you know? So there's probably not like a dry seat in the house for me, the females. Like at the Super Bowl, Ricky Martin gets up there, you know? But, and I did see Bad Bunny like kind of in a separate thing, like hugging Ricky Martin. And you could tell there was like a lot of pride there. So I think that's a beautiful thing, man. Like culturally, I think that's really cool. And it shows that our country has like all sorts of different flavors, which is cool. And it might inspire some dudes to like embody that Latin feel. I mean, hell, you play congas and you know what I mean? So clearly you're a big fan.
I love Latin music, man. I just think, you know, I try to appreciate all music, you know, even if it's something I'm not familiar with because, you know, just because I'm not from that country and I didn't grow up listening to that means I poo-poo it. I mean, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, man, if you can't get up and move to some Latin music, you got something wrong with you, man. I mean,
well, I wish I could salsa dance. Like, I'll get out there when I'm like drunk and pretend like I know what I'm doing. But it'd be cool to like take some salsa lessons with your wife. You go out there and just like cut a rug one night, dude. You know?
It's a sexy dance, man.
Hell yeah. I mean, that's nothing about the like Latin culture. I mean, it's obviously the most beautiful people that ever lived, dude. I mean, Jessica Alba, like Selma Hayek. I mean, like clearly the most beautiful actresses and actors, and you know, like Pedro Pascal is a smooth. You know what? You kind of remind me of him a little bit, dude.
Yeah.
You kind of you like.
I don't even know who that is.
You're not, the Mandalorian. Pedro Pascal. He's also Rita Richards in the a little bit. Maybe some facial hair, dude.
I don't know about how that dude's pretty slick.
That's a compliment, buddy. Yeah,
I appreciate it. All right.
And he's got he talks like this, like you know, he's like.
I mean,
very smooth voice.
If you talk like that, you got to be cool.
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
well, you got a good voice too.
You should probably have a pair of glasses on, or like some sunglasses, like gold rims or something on. Yeah,
or just like a Mandalorian helmet. You can't even say. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Mandalorian.
I know.
Okay. I know that you're not as deep into nerddom as I am, but
old Star Wars.
I am too.
Okay.
But I'll entertain anything new and just see if I like it. And I'm very critical, but I did love the Mandalorian. It was
good.
So good. John Favreau should direct every Star Wars movie, and I think a lot of people my age would agree with that. But anyway. Kind of going back, did you want to say anything else?
So I was just going to say, I didn't watch the Bad Bunny because I don't know who he is.
Okay, gotcha.
Right?
Yeah.
And then so I knew about the with Turning Point.
Yeah,
with
Lee Bryce.
And then you know some of the country music guys.
Local dude, man, he's from something.
I know, it's
from
cool.
Right down the road from us.
So I wanted to kind of support them, and you know, I like me some Kid Rock. You know, he's just funny as hell. I mean, he's just a cool dude. But
have you ever seen his interviews with Bill Maher?
No.
Like, dude, it's great, man. They're friends. Like, Bill Maher couldn't be any more of a Trump hater. Like, he could, and they get together, and obviously Kid Rock's very pro-Trump, but they get together and they'll talk shit to each other, but they're like smoking reefer together and drinking scotch, man. Like, and it's great, dude. That's what America should be.
They're drinking scotch.
Hey, who would have thought about it? But that's what I was like, I talked to Abel about and Bruce about too, man, because they're like my best friends, and I don't agree with everything they say, but like, in my opinion, like, and I said this on the last podcast, but at the end of the day, it's like, if I'm in a well and like you would pull me out of the well, at that point it doesn't, or vice versa, I would definitely pull you out of the well. It doesn't matter who you voted for at that point, dude. That's a good friend. You know what I'm saying? That's a good human being.
At the end of the day, I'm an American.
There you go.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I have my beliefs, right?
Yeah.
But I'm an American, and I mean, I'm also a Christian. So you're supposed to love one another and help one another.
Yeah.
And I just think we need more of that.
Right. Well, that's another thing I thought that a lot of conservatives would like about the Bad Bunny thing too, because it was like heterosexual male and female getting married. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In a Super Bowl thing. So that's kind of like almost a conservative
still
point. You know.
A bunch of people watched that thing.
Oh yeah,
It's like it wasn't really effective, but the show that they did on Turning Point was also really good too. And
I love I'm down dirt road. Laid back swerving like George Jones.
Yeah.
That song
That
is
was
fucking killer, man.
It's ridiculous.
And
that's Cody Johnson, wasn't it?
well, Brantley Gilbert performed it. I don't think
Yeah.
it's his song though. Who's the guy that wrote that, dude? He looks just like Abel. It's a funny thing is I've never seen Jason Aldean.
Jason Aldean.
Jason Aldean came out with the song "Dirt Road Anthem."
That's
but
right.
if
That's
you
a
ever seen
great song.
great song. I love
Great
that
lyrics.
song, dude.
I like
Memory
the-
lane
yeah.
up in our headlights.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, dude.
I like the lyrics, man.
But you've never seen DJ Abel 1 and Jason Aldean in the same room.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
what's going on there? We don't know. Is it like a Robin Williams Mrs. Doubtfire thing?
You know, I've never really thought about that.
They look just alike.
It's
Dude,
crazy.
Is Abel secretly Jason Aldean?
He might be.
Yeah, he might be.
I think we should look into it.
We need to. we bust in on him. He's got his cowboy hat. He's like, "Oh, what are you guys doing here?" We're like, "Where are you going tonight,
Brandon-
Abel? I thought you were DJing in Myrtle Beach."
A brand new pair of cowboy boots
Yeah,
instead of
you
his
know.
tennis shoes.
Smoke building out the bear too. But I did flip on because the babies and the wife are watching Bad Bunny, so I'm like on my phone just kind of checking out Turning Point a little bit, and I did see that song, and the two guitar players were killer, man,
Yeah,
like
they
killer
were.
solo, like
Yeah.
a Les Paul and then like a Telecaster. I don't remember the dudes' names, but I'm sure they're like some Nashville superstars or something. But
I'm sure.
but that was killer. But and that being said, the Bad Bunny thing, like obviously I wish I spoke Spanish, but I don't, so I didn't understand what he was saying like a lot of Americans. And the vocal delivery, it wasn't very melodic. It was like kind of like rapping like this in the kind of like nasally thing the whole time. So I mean, honestly, man, that part it didn't like satisfy my musicality thing. The whole like theatrically, it was very satisfying, and I love Lady Gaga and I love some certain elements from it. But I was like, it just didn't hit that melodic side for me. And there was this killer freaking classical guitar player like chilling somewhere in the production. That was great. But that was great, man, and that's just kind of our thoughts on it. I mean, I think we're pretty fair about our beliefs and whatever,
Yeah. I mean, hey, that's why you have options, man.
Right. I know, because like,
I mean, you don't have to be like a real ass about it. Just
Right.
If you don't want to watch it, watch something else.
right,
You know
and
what I
if
mean?
you didn't like it, doesn't mean like you're this terrible person either. And if you know what I mean, if you don't want to watch, you're not
it
this
should
terrible
have
person.
no meaning behind it.
Right, well-
that's why we have choices in life. Like if I want Chick-fil-A and you want Burger King, well, I can drop you
Yeah.
off at Burger King. I can go to
How
Chick-fil-A
dare you,
or
sir.
vice
I know.
versa.
What?
I mean, you don't have
Yeah,
to really
yeah.
worry about it. I mean, that's why we live in America, right?
Right. But I know a lot of Puerto Ricans specifically were very proud of that. So that's a beautiful thing. That's a cool thing. But I thought about this, man. Like, what about like Metallica? How many Spanish fans do they have, dude? Surely they have more than Bad Bunny. Like they've toured South America for 30 years, dude.
Man,
I mean, what about, dude?
They've been everywhere.
Dude, I mean, Metallica, man. Okay, what about Fleetwood Mac? You know what I'm saying? I mean, hell, what about Lauryn Hill? What about Mary
Yeah.
J. Blige?
Yeah.
Dude, Journey has never done a Super Bowl. What about Aerosmith?
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of thought
I'll
about
have to
that.
say all right, I'm going to give you my hands down
I got 5 more. But go ahead.
most favorite Super Bowl,
Yeah, I can guess.
Prince.
Oh, hell yeah.
Was that not badass?
You can't
God.
touch Prince, man. After that, it was kind of a wrap.
I mean, and what's even more surreal about that was I don't know if he chose the song Purple Rain before rain was forecast.
Yeah.
Or he just did it.
It's just
But
serendipitous.
God dog, man.
It was a beautiful moment.
It was killer. It was killer. I miss that guy. I mean, I still wish he was around.
He was the GOAT. I mean, there's no doubt about it. I mean, his performance is top. Probably Michael Jackson under that. For me, when I was a kid, I watched that was like 92. Paul McCartney.
Paul McCartney was good.
But, Red Hot Chili Peppers have been on there with Bruno Mars as like
Yeah.
a little
Bruno
like,
Mars was
flash.
good.
Bruno was great. But, I mean, hell, a whole Red Hot Chili Peppers thing.
Yeah.
And maybe he could, like, the Chili Peppers or fucking Foo Fighters, dude.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
jeez.
I mean, everybody's probably got, like, their...
So you're like touching on all of my favorite bands.
Yeah,
there.
dude. I mean, the Eagles, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Like the Eagles
Yeah.
Super Bowl. Where's that one at?
Yeah.
I mean, speaking of like Spanish influence, I mean, Hotel California, dude, listen to those guitars.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
Unbelievable.
But like,
So many great bands. I mean, I
Yeah.
think the Who's done the Super Bowl,
Yeah,
right?
yep.
Rolling Stones.
yep.
Yep, they've done it.
No Doubt has done it a little bit, and Lady Gaga.
Yeah,
I had a
Lady
whole list
Gaga.
of them because I was looking through it. Because at first the Super Bowl back in the day was like some kind of theatrical thing. It was like the marching band from Kentucky presents like the Flight of the Bumblebee. Or it wasn't even like superstars of the
Right.
day, like for the first like maybe decade or something like that. Then
Yeah, they definitely stepped their game up.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
So it's not even like a pop culture thing, but obviously you don't get more pop culture than the Super Bowl.
No.
So you're thrust into that
Well, you're not going to
limelight.
get more eyes than the
Right.
Super Bowl.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, that's kind of the pinnacle.
Yeah. And, you know, everybody could have their own, like, fantasy Super Bowl. Like, for me, it's like, it's Korn with, like, Yellow Wolf does a verse. And then, like, you know, Tool comes to play a song. But
Yeah.
that's not going to fly with everybody, dude. Like, Lamb of God can't play the Super Bowl. I mean, you know, obviously, you always want your favorite band to play. But you do got to think about the crowd. And the Bad Bunny thing was, like, 135 million views. It's, like, the most watched Super Bowl of all time. But I
Yes.
thought about this, man, and not to be negative here, but is that almost like the Howard Stern thing where it was like, it's like, good God, Howard, your numbers are through the roof. Like, the people that liked you watched you this much, and the people that didn't like you watched you double. Like, I wonder if all the haters watched him.
So
you know what I'm saying?
You're touching on a point that I'm thinking.
Yeah.
This was genius.
Right.
Because the height of it all.
Maybe it was all planned.
And everybody has got their opinion,
Mm-hmm.
and it just gets talked about on every major network, even before the whole thing started.
Right.
And it was either the luckiest marketing bit ever,
Yeah.
or it was totally planned.
Interesting. I never thought about that because negative press is still press. You're still
Exactly.
getting those views, man. Those
Exactly.
advertiser dollars, dude.
I mean,
Maybe it's better to get somebody that's like controversial or
Yeah.
semi-hated. Not that Bad Bunny's hated, but I mean, clearly a lot of people felt a way about it. You know what I
Right.
mean? There's been,
Yeah.
we don't need to beat a dead horse here. I mean, people are probably tired of talking about it, but I mean, we haven't talked about it yet, so I'm glad we are, so.
yeah.
I mean, another thing is like, I'm not the target demographic for that because I watch about 3 football games a year. One is the Carolina Clemson game at your house, and then it's like the Super Bowl, and then I'll maybe watch a random one at Mike T's or somebody's house, like just in the background. Man, I'm just not your demographic for this thing. I'm more like a music guy. So I mean, you know, who cares what I say? I mean, whatever. But I don't know
But
how.
still, I mean, you think about the amount of people that watch the Super Bowl that probably that's the only football game they watch all year.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. I would like to know that statistic. I bet it's pretty high.
Well, it's also because of the commercials and
Yeah.
because of the halftime
Right.
performance. I mean, that's
So, what was your favorite commercial?
Well, there was the Bon Jovi one. Speaking of which, what about Bon Jovi? You were there,
Yeah.
brother. Why didn't you get up and do a
Yeah.
verse or something? One of the greatest rock singers of all time. There's one. There's so many like celebrities packed into one. You can barely remember it, but Bon Jovi was in one. What about you?
I like the one with the horse, man. Starts out as the colt and the little baby bird.
I missed it.
Did you miss that one?
Yeah. I don't know.
So the little colt is seeing the little baby bird falls out of the tree.
Yeah.
And it's pouring down rain.
Yeah.
And the little baby bird's getting soaked. So the colt comes out and stands over the baby bird to
Okay.
protect it.
Yeah.
And then there's like another scene where, you know, the bird's riding on the horse's back. Now the horse is a little bit older, the bird's a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
And then there's another scene where you're looking at the horse straight on.
Yeah.
And it's running at you.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you see these giant wings come out from the horse. It almost looks like the horse is
Pegasus?
a Pegasus.
Yeah.
Right? And then an eagle comes up off, and it's the baby bird.
Oh, nice.
And it was
man.
an Anheuser-Busch commercial.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, yeah. It was a really cool one. I thought it was.
Yeah, some of the people that come up with those commercials are just poetic geniuses,
Yeah.
dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah, very well
It's
thought
like,
out.
That's what it's doing. It's like evoking an emotional response to sell their product. But really, those people probably are putting their heart and soul like into that one commercial, man. It's
Right.
like, but
Yeah.
you know,
I'm
they're
sure.
getting paid to do it.
Well, I mean, did you look up the cost of commercials? All right, I remember when I thought it was ridiculous that these people were paying $1 million. I think they were paying something like $16 million.
Good God.
We might have to look it up, but
Yeah.
it's somewhere in that range now.
Yeah.
For the commercial slot now at the Super Bowl.
Wow. Yeah.
That's crazy money. Like,
Well, the
holy
celebrities.
crap.
I mean, I wonder how much like a cameo is from John Bon Jovi.
It's
you know,
kinda- I mean,
or-
if they're getting $16 million for the slot, you know, they had to probably give him a pretty good chunk of change.
It was Danny McBride and is like the guy from Key and Peele. I don't know if it was Key or Peele, but that guy's hilarious. But they were in some commercial together, and I think John Bon Jovi was in that one. But I mean, you're talking like 5 or 6 major. Oh, and like the Pussycat Dolls were in that one too. I think.
Yeah,
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I mean, there's like 12 celebrities in one commercial.
That one had to be pretty expensive.
Yeah, just alone the talent alone, just celebrity-wise, celebrity cameo-wise, or whatever. So that whole thing is nuts. Well, let me hit you with a kind of tough question here. What's your 5 favorite bands of all time?
I think that's the hardest question ever.
Yeah.
Because I've got like 500.
Right. Yeah.
I would say I thought about this,
Okay.
and I would say probably on the top of the list for me are the Foo Fighters.
Oh yeah.
I would say on that list, in no particular like 1 to 5, 1 being the best or whatever, but Metallica, because we grew up with that, and that speed metal was just like they were awesome back then. There were a lot of other bands along with them. Prince was also on my list.
Oh yeah.
Tom Petty.
Nice.
I
Yeah.
always thought, I love playing his music and listening to his music. And then I had to put the brothers on there, man, the Allman Brothers, because, they were a tremendous influence on Sourwood Honey and a lot of the music that was written at that time. And, I think Herbie might have something to say about that too, because, I think a lot of his guitar techniques and styles and things were pretty close to
Warren Haynes and Dick Betts, 100%, man.
Yeah. So, but man, there's so many. Michael Jackson. I know I'm going past 5, but Michael Jackson. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy was like incredible. Incredibly talented and great dancer and choreographer and the whole 9, man. I mean, do you remember? You remember MTV, Brian?
Of course.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So you were there before it all went bye-bye, but remember when they did the video for Thriller?
Oh, hell yeah.
And it was like the video that you'd never seen before. You
Right.
know, it was like so far ahead
Yeah.
of everybody else's videos. And
It was almost like grand opening, grand closing, because it was one of the first videos of like the 1984, 1985, but it was like a 10-minute long cinematic movie. I think it was like John Landon that directed that. But anyway, it was like, you don't get better than Thriller, and you still haven't. You kind of shot your wad in the 80s, and I don't think I've seen a video better than that still.
It was amazing. I mean, that for that time, just the costumes, the choreography, the dance, everything about it, the whole theatrical piece of it, and him turning into the werewolf and everything. I mean, it was just like top notch back then,
Oh yeah, dude, and that
awesome.
used to scare the shit out of me, dude. I mean, like the cat monster, wolf monster,
he had
like
the contacts, yellow contacts, in and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, God, it was just genius. And the zombie thing at the end.
Yeah,
like, what's your
it was
problem?
cool. Yeah, it was cool. It was cool. All right, so what are your top 5?
Oh man, I'm here interviewing you, buddy. We're not talking
I
about
want to
me.
know what yours are.
That's the hardest question ever. I don't know. Like for me, it depends like what genre you're talking about. Because I'm a student of all music. That's like what I do with my life. That's what I've chosen to do. So it just depends if you're talking about metal, punk rock, country, reggae. I mean, I don't know, man. I could probably do like best of all of them.
All right, let's put it this way.
Yeah.
Like if we got in your car right now and we're going to go on a trip, what are you dialing up to listen to?
Black Crowes, Korn, Lamb of God.
Yeah.
Probably some like Pantera.
Yeah.
But I mean, then there's like Lauryn Hill, and there's like probably some Yellow Wolf and some Eminem, and
Eminem.
probably some Mary J. Blige, and like.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, man. I try to stay like uplifted. Some of my favorite music is weirdly enough depressing as all get out. So I mean, I love Jason Isbell.
Yeah.
I mean, he's probably
He's got good
one of the
music.
most gifted songwriters of our generation, if not the
Agreed.
top.
Yeah.
But dude, you listen, and I love him to death. But a whole record of that guy, and like you're ready to just jump off the bridge, bro. Like it's a wrap.
You think about like, okay, so most songs are written because of tragedy or pain or something you're going through. I mean, that's kind of how you express yourself, right?
Yeah.
And so you think about what the hell's going on in that dude's life, man.
Well,
like,
he just puts it so
God.
genius. I mean, he's been through a few divorces. He's done his thing and got clean
Good
and
God.
sober. And I know, but he's so poetic and genius, and his voice is so good, man. Like, there's a lot of great writers, that don't have that voice. A lot of great lyricists, Bob Dylan, Tom Petty, and it's not that I don't like Tom Petty's voice, but I mean, Jason is one of the greatest singers out there too, man. So he's got both things going for him. He's like a brilliant lyricist, and his voice is fucking badass too.
What about Susan Tedeschi?
God,
Yeah.
she's ridiculous,
Yeah.
man.
She's got a great killer voice.
Me and you went and saw Derek Trucks.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was great, man.
Yeah.
I got hammered.
Yeah. What? Really?
No, not me. Yeah, my friend.
Brett was with us, right?
Yeah,
It was me and you
man,
and Brett.
I get too hammered, dude. That's like a big personality flaw of mine a lot of times. But because I remember I saw my buddy Dustin Johns, and shout out to him and his dad, because like I saw Dustin, and he's like a realtor buddy of mine. He's hired me to play a couple of private parties for him and stuff. And his dad was there, and I was like, "Hey, what's up, buddy?" Like I just spilled like a liquor drink all over his dad's shoes. He was just like, "God dang it!" I'm like, "Oh my God, sir, I'm so sorry," you know. And then like young Sean, my drummer from Villanova, he came around the corner and he was like on acid or something. Like, "What's up, bro?" Like I'm like kissing on young Sean. He's like, "BC, what the fuck?" But yeah, man, I like every time I hang out with you, man, I gotta apologize to you because you're such a good like handler of me, because I get like off the chain, dude. I mean, I don't know what it is, man. Like I just keep going until I'm just in this oblivious like crazy land of fun that I think I'm fun.
Yeah.
But then my wife's like, "Yeah, you were a complete asshole last night." I'm like, "I thought I was being fun." She's like, "No, you did. You climbed on a roof, Brian. Like you climbed on top of the church."
You
I'm
did
like,
a flip into a bush.
yeah,
and
dude.
we couldn't get you out.
I used to do that all the time.
Remember that?
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, Kelly's Pub. Shout out to Kelly Whitlock. We love you.
Yeah.
She had like these. What's the spiky bush called? Holly
Like a
bush.
holly bush?
Yeah, she had like the. Dude, she had these holly
Not a good one
bushes.
to dive in.
Dude, me and Bruce, I did a front flip into the bush. Landed in there and thinking like, this sucked. Oh, well, I guess I'll get out. Then here comes Bruce, and he does a flip and lands on me, pushing me deeper. And I'm like, oh, God. Like, I mean, that was just like an average night, man. In our 20s and 30s, we did that all the time. And it was so... There's like a BC-shaped hole in the bushes at the tin roof. Like back when Jeremy Robertson was drumming for Chase Rice, like we played this festival in Wilmington, and our shout out to our manager John Cordell, because it was like the Azalea Festival. We played this festival, and we had like 300 people in front of us, and I was like, man, we're doing really good. And I saw Jeremy at our show, because he used to play drums with Villanova, and he was like, hey man, great show, man. I'm gonna give you some backstage passes, like y'all come back and hang out with us and Chase Rice. And I was like, fuck yeah, dude, good to see you, bro. So we went and played with, went and saw his show, and there's like 3,000 people for Chase Rice. And I'm just like, dude, I introduced you to country, bro. What the fuck? No, not really. I mean, his talent speaks for himself, dude. He can play anything. But he got that Chase Rice gig, and he just kills it and sings harmony with him and everything. But Chase was so nice, and they gave us like free drinks and hanging out with Chase Rice, and it's BC hanging out with a bunch of celebrities. And what do? Drink too much, per usual. And then I'm like, I gotta impress these guys, dude. So like, I'm doing cartwheels in the elevator. Like I stole some dude's golf cart. Like I climbed some tree and did like a flip out of it. Like just pure mayhem, dude. And if anybody's out there that I was rude to or whatever, I'm really sorry, man. Like I know you probably feel this way too, man, because you're just a very sensitive dude. You're like a strong male, but you do have that sensitivity that I think we all have. And like, if I hurt somebody's feelings, or I think I do, like it'll really like keep me up at night. It'll like worry the shit out of me, man. I'm like, dude, I think I like offended that guy or hurt his feelings or something or whoever. But I do worry about that. Am I like seemingly like I'm the fun guy, man? Let's all have fun and be entertained and do crazy shit. I'm wondering like, how many lives did I ruin from this, or just piss somebody off, but anyway, back to you. Sorry about it.
You're just having fun, man. You got a good heart, so at the end of the day, it's all good.
Yeah,
it's all good, man.
I appreciate it. I need to buckle down here, and
I need to buckle down starting right now.
Right, man.
Here.
Because I mean, I don't get hammered at my show. That's the thing. Like, I take that completely professional. It's the most professional thing I'll ever do is, I mean, sometimes I've got hammered in my show, but I'm like, I'm going to deliver this music to these people. They've got like babysitters that are at the show. Like, they've been looking forward to this. Like
taking some time off.
Yeah. I'm like, dude, I'm going to give them the show that like, if I die tonight and I go up to heaven and God's like, how was the show? I'm like, I tried my best, Lord, well, get in here at the gates, like
come on.
That's the like,
here's
kind
a guitar.
Yeah, play me a solo or you're going down there. Oh God. Okay. But I think about that, man, like give the show like the last night of your life is every night of your life. Like just fucking give it all, man. Like all the love you can possibly give all the time. But then, like, you know, my problem is, like, after the show, man, it's just, like, too many beers, too many bourbons, too much scotch, hanging out with my cousin, talking about God, talking about spiritual stuff. Next thing you know, I'm climbing on top of a building.
Yeah, it just happens. It just seems to happen no matter what.
Right.
But it's all good. And speaking of, like, the shows, the South, that was a great show. But then coming back and seeing Villanova, like, getting back together, man. All the days going to see the South play, they were just such a great band too after Sourwood Honey. But
So,
that
real
last
quick,
one
go
y'all
ahead, I'm sorry.
did at Amphitheater.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome, man.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
You know, you kind of hadn't listened to those songs in a while.
Yeah.
And first of all, it was just like a giant Lexington like gathering.
High school reunion
Yeah,
or
it
for
was
multiple
awesome.
years.
It was
yeah,
awesome.
that's what
Like,
everybody said.
So many people you hadn't seen in a while, and just so many great people, and y'all just killed it, man. It
Thank
was
you,
great.
man.
It
That's
was
what
great.
the consensus was like. They'd be into a song. It's like, oh, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
Good to
was.
see you, bro.
That's exactly
And then you get
how it
into the
was.
song. You're like, oh, hey. Like, nobody could even enjoy the music because
Yeah.
just
It was good,
everybody
man.
was seeing each other for the first time in a long time or whatever, which is great. I love that. But I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah.
And real quick, so the people that don't know, once again, my big brother, Chris, a total hero, he was in a band called Sourwood Honey, and him and Shane and Bob Hilton formed this band in like 92? Is that right?
Yeah, that's when I came to Columbia from East Carolina. Yep.
So Shane played percussion, and then you got Bob Hilton played upright bass and was in orchestra with my brother Chris. And Sourwood Honey, if you had to describe it, I would say it's like Allman Brothers meets like Willie Nelson. It's like the best of like country and storytelling, lyricism, with a beautiful voice from my brother, and just like very soulful Southern rock and alternative country before there even was an alternative country. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, it was a different sound, man. It really was.
A lot of jam. I mean,
lot
y'all
of-
play a 10-minute
A
song.
lot of jam band, yeah. You know, for sure. Just really get into it and feel it. You know, kind of like the Allman Brothers, and but yeah, it was a good thing. I came down from Greenville, North Carolina. I was at East Carolina, and I just graduated, and it was kind of my first degree was speech, language, and auditory pathology.
Okay.
And I wanted to go to audiology school, and I was waitlisted, and so man, I just didn't really, I had to wait like a whole nother year, and didn't really know what I was going to do, and man, I was really struggling at that time. I mean, so many things in my life I had planned out.
Right.
I had it all figured out, but at this time I didn't, and I could always call Chris, and Chris would just. And then he would say something that was so
Right.
damn profound
Right. I know
that
it,
you're
man.
just like, God, dog, man.
He was just the guru.
So I,
He really cared, and
I did. I called
almost told
Chris.
you a harsh truth
Yeah,
sometimes.
for sure. So I called Chris, and I'm like going through all this emotional and this thought, and what should I do? Maybe I should do this, and maybe I should do that. And I stopped talking, and he went, why don't you just pack your shit and come to Lexington?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God. That is an awesome idea.
Yeah.
And I literally said, are you serious? And he said, yeah. And I said, all right, man.
Yeah.
I'll be there in 4.5 hours. That's how long it takes me to get there.
Where were you at this point?
Greenville, North
okay,
Carolina.
Okay, yeah.
Up at
okay.
East Carolina.
Gotcha.
And so I literally packed up my Honda, told my roommates. I think I left at about 10 o'clock at night, and rolled up in the Coventry Woods
Yes.
at like 2:20 in the morning.
Right.
And
Derek was still up listening to Stevie Nicks.
and so I come in, and Noogie's like, laying by the
Yes,
door.
best dog ever.
Yeah.
The golden retriever named
Yeah.
Noogie. Best.
Yeah, Noogie, and Crash was there, and
Yes.
so I pet the dogs, love on the dogs because I didn't want them to bark, and so I left all my stuff in the car because I didn't want to make a bunch of noise, and I come in there, and Chris was asleep on the couch down in the lower living room down there,
Yeah.
and I was like, Chris, and he's like, hey man, damn, what time is it? I'm like, it's really late, man. Where can I get a cover? And he just like, all right, just go in the bedroom and pull that one off of there. And so I lay down on the floor and went to sleep. Mm-hmm. So Uncle Cal comes, he gets up like I do now, crack ass
5 a.m.
at dawn, right? Yeah. So he's you hear his loafers like scratching around on the kitchen
Yeah,
floor there,
some
he's
loafers,
making
yeah.
some cool. And so I feel him kind of, he had that little stairwell right there. I feel him kind of like staring over because I think he's probably going, all right, who is this drunk kid who probably spent the night here last night?
Which there's always somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so he comes down the stairs and he kind of just gives me one of those nudges in the back, and I turn over and I'm like, Uncle Cal, and he's like, Shane? And I'm like, yeah, Uncle Cal, I just got here a little while ago. I'm really sleepy. I'll tell you everything here later. He's like, you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. I'm just tired. And so he just left.
Yeah.
And so that began like the whole hanging out at Uncle Cal's house, and I lived with Uncle Cal for a while. We started playing music in the garage, and Chris would just, we'd get out there and just, he'd smoke a cigarette, and he'd start just playing some rhythms and trying to, like come up with some lyrics and things, and me just always wanting to beat on something to give him a rhythm. I took those old. You remember when your dad had the Souls Testing company?
Right.
And he had those concrete like forms that were like cardboard, but they had a tin like end on them.
Okay.
I'd turn those things over and put them between my legs, and I would like cut one off a little bit more so the sound would change.
Yeah.
And so I just kind of give like Chris a little bit of rhythm.
Yeah.
And then he would, he'd start with some kind of rhythm, and then, we'd start working on some lyrics and things. And like truthfully, man, that's kind of like where like the whole Sourwood Honey thing got started.
Yeah.
And so then Ryan would come over, Ryan Goforth, and he'd just like play out some leads and stuff, and some rhythms, and then Chris would play some leads, and then we started getting some things, and then Bob would come over, and he had this upright bass, and he'd start playing, and so we were supposed to play together for the first time at the Village Idiot.
Yeah.
And it was, we had an issue trying to get someone to let us play because they wanted a tape. At that time, a cassette tape of our music.
Right.
Well, we didn't have one.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, nor do we have the money to make one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we go to Village Idiot, and they're like, hey, yeah, hell yeah, man, just come on. It's just like buy applause, and if you win, you get free beer for the rest of the night. And we were like, well, damn, that sounds good. So we booked it. Right. So we're telling, and of course we know everybody in Lexington. Chris, everybody, he knew everybody. So we packed the place out. But in the interim, we go to Tate City.
Yeah.
And, Tate City's our place that we go trout fishing. And, at that time, we were listening to, like, Taj Mahal.
Oh, yeah.
And, just all kinds of really, really great music. But, and so, we've always liked honey. Like Grandma always had honey in the house, and she'd take her biscuits and she'd stick thumb in there and put honey in there, and we'd eat it, and some butter. Oh my God, it was so good. And so, on the way you always see these stands like honey. Well, we're coming back, and we're listening to Taj Mahal. And it was Chris's old Chevy S10, that burgundy one. And he had like wrecked it, and it was like all dented in. He had like a bungee cord holding the front of it down.
Yeah. And there's no cab, man. It's just a one seat.
It's just a one seat, right?
So it's you, Chris, and Bob like huddled together.
It's just me and Chris.
Oh, okay.
It's just me and Chris. Okay. And so we see honey, and I was like, man, let's stop and get some honey. And it was sourwood honey. And sourwood honey is typically, the tree is up in the mountains of North Carolina, Georgia, several other places, but it's just perfectly good honey.
Yeah.
So we stopped in this place. This is a wily guy, man, and I think he probably wanted to sell some moonshine, but we were just trying to buy some honey. And so we buy the honey, and we come down, and we're listening to music, and Chris is smoking a cigarette, and he takes a cigarette out, and he turns the music down, and he says, what about the name Sourwood Honey?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Let's think about it for a little bit. So turns the music back up, and then so I start thinking in my head, that is kind of cool because it kind of gets to our roots as a family, just something homegrown here in North Carolina and the Carolinas, and just us as kids always loving honey. Grandma always having honey around the house, and and so I think I was like, it kind of had a good twang, kind of like our music may, and so I turned the music back down. I was like, I think I kind of like it, man. And so when we got back, we asked everybody else, and they were like, hell yeah, we like it. We like it. So we didn't really like introduce ourselves that night to Sourwood Honey, but of course we won.
Right,
well,
nice.
In the middle of that, this really like attractive woman walks across the stage in front of me, and I almost forgot where I was.
Yeah.
And all I could see were these damn, beautiful legs, these damn set of knockout legs. And it was my future wife.
Nice.
So not only did we start a band there, but I also met the woman I've been married to for almost 30 years now. So it's a crazy story. But as a side note on that too, our 25th wedding anniversary, we always go out to dinner. I was just like, we need to do something different for this one.
Yeah.
So I kind of set up like all of our favorite places we used to go to when we were dating. And I did like in little stages. Well, and I didn't tell Kelly.
Yeah.
So the
like
last
a little scavenger hunt almost of sorts.
So the last place we go to is the Village Idiot. Believe it or not, it's still open in 5 Points.
Yeah.
So we go up there and we're talking to the bartender, and he's because there's a bunch of young kids there. They're like, "What are y'all doing up here?" So we tell him the story, and he's like, "That's really cool, man." He's like, well, "So do you want to do a shot?" And I was like, "You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to buy everybody in the damn place a shot."
Nice.
So there are all these kids
21-year-olds.
there.
Thanks, brother.
I think I bought 96 shots.
Sweet God, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. And so I got up on the bar, and I kind of told everybody about the history of where we were playing. We played over there. Sourwood Honey started here, where I met my wife. And I gave them big cheers, and we all drank 96 shots, and it was really cool, man. So
dude, I didn't know that. That's killer, man.
So that's kind of like the whole thing got going.
That's beautiful. And hopefully you inspired some, kids in there to like find the one they love and act on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, make it happen, man.
Yeah. At that age, you're kind of floating around. You might be a little player. You might be whatever. Or you might find the one that's like significant and your cosmic reflection of yourself.
That's right. That's kind of deep.
Or whatever. That's what.
That's very deep.
Man, that was.
Yeah.
That's killer, man. That's a beautiful story about you and Kelly. And, I was talking to Bruce and Mike T. Not Mike T. I'm sorry. I was talking to Abel about this on the last podcast. But anyway, I was talking to my friends about this. The cosmic relationship that exists between a lot of people in my family. For example, I don't know if I've even taught you about this, but obviously you're a Leo, right? You're an August birthday, and your wife, Kelly, is an October birthday.
Yep.
So she's a Scorpio.
She's November.
She's November, so she's Scorpio, though. So you got Leo, Scorpio.
Right.
All right, so me and my wife are Scorpio, Leo, okay? Bruce Fagan and his wife, Bruce is a Leo like you, and he shares a lot of your personality traits. He's my best friend. And his wife, Heather, is a Scorpio. What's another one? I had more. Damn, is that the only three? All right. I thought I had more examples. Anyway.
That's still pretty
that's
amazing.
Dude, and I have
here
looked
we are
that up.
Connected.
Right. And I did see like what's a good match cosmically for Scorpio. It is Leo. Also, because I was talking to Abel about this, and he is the hard-headed one in springtime, April, which is the Taurus. Taurus. And I got a lot of Taurus friends. My friend Little Jennifer, Dr. Little Jennifer Weimer, and Abel, and Don Russo, and Rick Beato, and Ilya, and my niece Savannah. They all share the same exact birthday, which is crazy.
The same exact birthday.
April 24th. There's like 6 people that are like really tight in my life that share the exact same birthday. Okay.
Wow.
Now. This could all be coincidence.
I don't think it is.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like, I don't know how much you believe in astrology, but there could be some kind of theory here that, like, my thing is, like, maybe you got a certain amount of sunlight on your skin or into your brain when you're a baby, and it somehow shaped your personality, and therefore you're attracted to certain minds, or maybe it's some giant cosmic plan. Thoughts?
I don't even know how to explain that, but I don't believe in coincidences, though. I really think you're in a time and place where you're supposed to be.
I like it.
At every given moment. And it's your job to even recognize that and take advantage of it. Yeah. Or if it's something that's not good, just kind of slough it off and move on.
Right. I like it, man. That's well said. it's easy to get into our creature comforts and get into these routines that we honestly just don't even like sometimes. But the fear of breaking it and trying the unknown is more painful to us than just living in the monotony of the pain that we're in now.
Yep.
So
For sure.
it kind of goes back to your whole career is like getting people out of the pain and like their bad habits and like breaking them of that and getting them into a new positive.
Pain is a horrible thing. You know, a lot of people really have some deep depression. They have some issues with, drugs, just trying to escape the pain and just can't seem to really get rid of it. And of course that kind of leads into the depression thing. And it's tough, man. And I mean, that's why they've been really kind of talking about, the opioid crisis. And in my opinion, one of the leading professions in the world right there in front of everybody to keep you from having to take all those things is chiropractic. Because, I mean, we do a very good job at getting people out of pain, and most pain is back pain. I mean, most disabilities are...
Make me want to throw my shoulders back right now.
Most disabilities are...
Stand up straight.
Work comp. I mean, all these things that everybody suffers is low back pain. I mean, it's one of the most common things out there.
We were talking about the Peter Pan stance and how it's real.
Yeah,
but
shoulders back, head back.
That's a real scientific thing, right?
For sure.
I mean, I've done it, and just from my personal experience, I do feel better. Like I'll have a kind of rough day, and I'm like, God, dude, like
let me do something with you.
Stand like this for a couple seconds.
Push your head forward.
Okay.
All right, forward like this, out. Okay. And then try to take a deep breath. Okay.
Yeah,
now,
kind of
all right. Now bring your head back over your shoulders and take a deep breath. Feel how much easier it is?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a coinky dink. I mean, it's the body is in a better place. Or think about this. So, all right, I'll give you an example.
Go ahead.
We were in New York with my family, and we're Rockefeller Center, where they had the ice rink, you know, and the big Poseidon gold statue thing, and the stuff you always see on TV, right?
Yeah.
So, being the typical tourist, we're sitting in line, and lo and behold, we're going to ice skate.
Hell yeah.
I've never ice skated in my entire
it's hard,
life.
Dude. It's hard on the thighs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I've roller skated, skateboarded,
It's a totally different deal.
snowboard, all that. But, it's totally different. It's something on its own.
Uh-huh.
And, kind of the thing is like when I get up there, I start thinking about the fact that there are thousands of people taking pictures, standing around that thing because it's at Christmas. And that rink is packed with people. And here I am, some southern boy, going to go out there and get on some ice skates. I'm thinking, God, I'm going to take like everybody out. There's going to be mass hysteria.
Yeah.
All right, so Gracie and Kelly had actually ice skated before. So they were feeling pretty good about it. I hadn't.
Your wife and daughter. And daughter is how old at this point?
Gracie is 28.
Okay. Now she is, but
at that time, she's probably maybe 18.
Okay.
Okay. And so we go different directions to get skates. And I'm sitting in this locker room, and I'm putting these damn things on, and I'm trying to stand up in them. And I'm like, golly, because I had to literally walk from this place over to the ice rink, which was maybe 50, 60 feet. But still, you're walking on ice skates. You've never done that before.
Kind of wobbling. And
so I'm kind of wobbly, and I sit back down. I'm like, do I really want to do this? I'm like, this is kind of cool. I'm getting to do this thing that you always see on TV. And so, like, about that time, this young kid comes walking by with a pair of ice skates on like they were a pair of Nike tennis shoes.
Just total natural.
Yeah. So I grabbed him. I'm like, hey, man, come here.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, can I help you, sir? And I'm like, I'm from the South, man. We don't ice skate.
There's no snow where we live. Well, a couple times. We just had a snow, but
I mean,
that was an anomaly.
Ice skating even more rare.
Right.
And I was like, I'm a coordinated person. I'm not like a baby giraffe. I mean, I got coordination. I said, so if you were going to tell someone who's getting ready to ice skate for the first time, what would you tell them is probably the thing they need to keep in their head to keep from falling? He said, that's easy. He said, don't let your chin get in front of your toes.
Oh.
Don't let your chin go behind your heels.
Right.
And it's kind of the same thing with chiropractic, with head posture.
Yeah.
All of it's balance. And that's why, a lot of elderly people fall is number one. I mean, their
they're hunched
joints. Yep, their joints are very arthritic. They don't move as well as they used to.
Yeah.
But they also are head forward, and
Yeah.
they're just physically imbalanced to begin with. They're just like a fall waiting to happen.
Yeah.
So my point to all that rambling is like posture's important.
Did you ever see Butterbean? He was on the Jackass movies. He's like a bald boxer, like Johnny Knoxville, who has no business boxing this dude whatsoever, like boxed him in one of the Jackass movies. And like, he was like, go ahead, Johnny, like hit me. And Johnny hit him as hard as he could. Didn't even phase Butterbean. And Butterbean just knocks Johnny's ass out. Like, I think he got a concussion, one of many. Well, anyway, nowadays Butterbean is like, essentially crippled, dude. Like he's like, hunched over. And do you know about Diamond Dallas Page yoga? DDP yoga?
No.
You remember the wrestler Diamond Dallas Page?
I do.
Have you ever seen him on Joe Rogan?
No.
He will take somebody that's like hunched over like that in pain and work them through this rigorous process of yoga and kind of just reconstructing their musculature. And like you'll see him like running like a couple months later, dude. It is freaking amazing. Like standing on one hand with like a kettlebell or something, man. Like it like brought Joe Rogan to tears. He's like, I'm crying, bro. It's like, bro, I'm crying. Like watching this thing is so beautiful and touching, and I've thought about like people in my family that have like that, because obviously back pain is real and neck pain is real, and it's almost like the easiest thing to do is just like keep laying around and just make it worse. But it's like
you got to stop it. It's just like someone who's addicted to food and they're overweight and they hate their body, but they keep doing it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but
stuff that's bad for us is so appealing.
Yeah.
You know?
I know,
so good, man.
It's not fair.
And maybe that's part of the cosmic thing. It's like learn to fight your urges a little, to have some discipline. Maybe discipline is part of the thing we're supposed to learn in this journey a little.
I think it is.
You know?
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
You say pain is a bad thing, but sometimes pain, it kind of hurts to do push-ups a little, but then it starts to kind of feel good. So, exercise in itself is, in a cold plunge or like like the sauna is kind of pain, but it's like a good pain because it's healing.
Right.
So I don't know. You're just toughening up your vessel, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I think I think what we just said, the key is discipline, and really realizing that we're given this body and we only got one.
Yeah.
Like a car, when it starts to clunk around, we can trade it in and get us a newer one, right? And this is all we got.
This is it.
So we got one shot, to take care of it.
Yeah.
And do the best we can and ride around in it so that it ages well.
Yeah.
And that's just not luck. I
Right.
mean, you've got to work at it.
What vitamins would you recommend, if any? Or is that another one? Is it different for every physiology?
You
can't really say one.
Well, I would say this is what I tell my patients. Like, if you're going to buy, like, let's just say you want to take a multi, like something.
Which, by the way, those make
general.
me feel weird, dude. I've taken a multi and had fever and whoa, this is kind of freaking me out, man. I don't know if I can do the multivitamin all at once.
It might, and it may be, do you eat with it when you take it?
I have.
Yeah, and it still did that to you?
I think so. To the point where I'm like, all right, well, I'll just take a D3 here, like a K. Whatever.
So, and it might be something that they encapsulate it with that you're allergic to. You just don't ever know. That's why I say when you buy and research a vitamin, make sure that you research the company online, because there are a lot of really good, reputable supplement companies that have boards of physicians and naturopathic doctors and doctors of chiropractic and PhDs. And they're really studying this stuff to make sure that you are going to get a good, absorbable product.
Right.
They do all the latest wonderful things to make sure you're going to get a good product, as opposed to just kind of going to Walmart and buying the cheapest thing, because you're probably just getting
you think you're being
expensive
healthy
poop and pee, and you're not really getting anything.
Well, it's almost like when you're buying cereal and it's full of fiber, but it's like Flintstones freaking, or there's nothing about the Flintstone
yellow number
vitamin.
5 and red number. What the
dude.
hell is that? I don't even know what that is. I don't
Not
know.
the best for you.
Probably
all right,
not.
so in your professional opinion, let's talk about this debate real quick, dude. Flintstone vitamins. As a kid, we're Flintstones kids. Are those good for you?
No.
Dude, I swear, man, like, cause I try to be a good dad, and like when my kids are coming up, I'm like, all right, you get one chewable Flintstone vitamin, you get one, and like now you're the age you get two, and my boys would take it every day, and they're like, Daddy, like my stomach is killing me. I'd have to pull over to a gas station and let my kid like use the bathroom before school every day, and I like finally put it together. I'm like.
Okay.
Dude, the days that I didn't give him that Flintstone vitamin, we didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
So I was like, what the hell? I thought that was like, I was trying to create super soldiers. Like, I want my kids to be Captain America. You know what I'm saying?
Probably some artificial flavoring and like something they use to make sure that vitamin can sit on the shelf for a while.
Is it gluten too? I mean, any genital subject is glutinous, right?
Yep, it could be. Like any of those things. So, they actually have different things that are... that you can put under your tongue that are then they're soluble, fat soluble, which actually goes into your bloodstream and bypasses your digestive system. Because, I mean, the thing is like a lot of times, like with supplements, people have such horrible digestive systems.
Yeah.
They don't really get anything. It doesn't have an opportunity to get to your body. See, the key to the supplement is it's got to get to the cell.
Right.
Right? Because the cell is the makeup of the body. That's where all of our DNA, that's where, mitochondria, all the things that powerhouse of the cell, everything that runs the body.
Yeah.
That's where you want the supplement to get to.
Right.
And, if you've got a terrible digestive system, chances are you're not getting anything. So, now we have, like in our office, we do IV vitamins and supplements. Yeah. So there's so many options that you can do now.
And then you get like the syringe, like B12 right to the butt cheek.
Exactly.
Yeah. Did y'all do that?
Yeah. So you can bypass all that.
Yeah.
So there's multiple ways to skin a cat, but I would just say do your research online. There's some great companies out there that do a really good job, and then there's a lot of crap that you can buy too.
Right. I saw this interview with Madonna, and she was talking about she did a song with Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
And Justin Timberlake came over, and they met each other for the first time, and obviously both pop icons in their own right. But Justin was like, I feel like a little nasally. I'm so sorry, Madonna. Like, I love you so much, but like I'm feeling under the weather. And she's like, well, no, I got some B12 shots on hand. So like her physician he pulled down his cheek and like he got like a B12 vitamin shot straight to the butt, and I think Madonna was kind of like watching, like maybe like doing one of these, like why he did it or something. That's just what happens in my own mind.
Yeah.
But and I think when you're celebrity status, and it's like probably harder for you to go to a public place like a physician or whatever. You're just like, oh, keep some B12 on deck in case I need to inject it in somebody's butt, or whatever.
Stuff.
Yeah, man. Like maybe we should just start doing that and testosterone and maybe not steroids, but just to have some stuff on deck, right?
Well, I tell you, a lot of good things too, like peptides. Peptides have gotten.
Dude, how popular are those now?
Well, that's what semaglutide is a peptide.
What is that? What is Ozempic? Is that
Ozempic
peptide, right?
is semaglutide.
Oh, is that what that is? Okay.
Yep, which is a peptide.
Okay.
So there are all these peptides now that have been discovered that are just amino acid chains, basically.
How does it make you lose weight, if you don't mind me asking? Like, what's the deal?
All it does is it just curbs your appetite. So
that's it?
Yep.
Okay.
So where if like you would eat a 16-ounce steak, a baked potato, and a salad, you're going to eat probably 4 ounces of that steak, about a fourth of that baked potato, and some of the salad, and you're full.
Wow.
So it just helps with that, which...
Does it like shrink your stomach, or is it just a...
No, it's just all the brain. It's all of the brain, yeah.
Wow.
So it just, it helps you to feel full faster, and you don't overeat. And honestly, that's what's wrong with... I mean, my gosh, you go to a restaurant now and you get a bowl of pasta, and it comes out in like an 18-wheeler hubcap, and it's a plate.
And I feel bad if I don't eat it all.
Exactly.
As I spend all this money, dude,
and that's exactly what happens. And so the biggest problem is it just, everyone's just overeating. And so when you can kind of curb the appetite a little bit, and obviously we want our patients to work out, because, anytime you do some type of like weight loss program, you're going to burn fat, but you can burn some muscle too. So you need to work out. Obviously, I mean, that's what you need to do. You need to change your lifestyle and start doing the things that are going to make you have a better lifestyle.
Yeah.
So, obviously keeping the plate colorful, getting out there, doing some cardio, starting small, build up big, whatever you can do, depending on the patient and the age and the person.
Right.
Yeah, we try to customize all that for them.
I like it. One thing you don't see a lot of is the workout video anymore. used to have Jane Fonda, used to have Richard Simmons, and he's
Well,
out there,
it's 'cause
come on, ladies, we're done. That's like kicking. He's got like the freaking like tights on. And but the thing is, like, it's just Richard Simmons, like, yeah, come on, ladies, and
That
like,
dude made a lot of money doing
he
that.
made a lot of money, but
Yeah.
then he kind of was like ahead of his time, you know.
Yeah, he was.
And really, like, none of the ladies he was hanging out with were that in shape. Really, it was like,
Yeah.
but maybe that was part of it. Like, I'm inspired by these, you know, bigger ladies, like
Right.
getting out there and sweating it out with Richard Simmons or whatever. But he was kind of the. Like, I don't know what you want to call Richard Simmons, man, but I heard there was a biopic being filmed about him, but I don't know that it ever came out or whatever. But I'd be interested to see it. But the Richard Simmons thing,
Yeah.
and now, but here's the thing: YouTube didn't exist in those days.
I was
so
gonna
like,
say, now you can pull
you know
up
what I mean?
YouTube.
Any
Like,
workout
you
you
can-
want is
oh,
like,
man.
you know. There's a dude named Ninja Mike, and it's like this badass, like, you know, Asian guy. He's fucking ripped, and sometimes I watch him and like follow his exercises, and it's like push up, and you bring your hand up, and it's like 45 minutes or whatever, and he's just like fucking shredded. He'll talk to you about like avocados and kale or some shit, you know what I mean? And anything you want is on YouTube. You don't have to get like the VHS
No.
tape of like The Firm, because my sister used to always watch The Firm, and she'd be like doing this, and I would like come in and like make fun of her, like, you know, while she was doing it. So she's like, get out of here, while she's like doing the firm. I don't know. Shout out anybody that remembers the Firm workout.
I think everybody like every woman in America had the Firm
The
workout.
Firm, man.
Yeah, that thing must have made like multi-millions.
And here's the thing, man. That was kind of pre-yoga.
Yeah.
Like, when did the yoga craze start?
Well, it was funny because, you know, like when I first started in practice, I had a couple of yoga instructors. This would have been like the early 2000s. And, you know, I would listen to them about what they were doing with yoga, and a lot of it made sense to me because it was breathing.
It's kind of what you were talking about
It
earlier.
was posture. It was holding poses. It was not only, and I felt like it worked on flexibility. It worked on core.
Yeah.
You know, it worked on the entire body, and I was like, you know, there's something to this, you know.
Yeah.
And no one would go do yoga. Like they just thought it was some crazy, weird religion or something strange.
Until the females found out about the pants.
And now,
Now-
now everybody does yoga.
You know what's great? It is, and here's another thing I was thinking about today, like about the yoga pants. Like, if you just see like a random mom at Chick-fil-A with the yoga pants, you can literally see like the outline of her exact ass. Like, you know, it's like, you know exactly what somebody's ass looks like. Now, dudes don't normally rock the yoga pants, but a lot of, like, you know, hot chicks in Publix or Chick-fil-A, whatever, they're always rocking like the milfy kind of like yoga pants. And my wife will rock some yoga pants, and I'm like, damn, girl, where'd you get that? She's like, I got these from my friend Kimmy. I'm like, that tracks. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. But I'm just like, the yoga pants, man. Now, girls, are you aware that when you wear yoga pants, what do you think guys are looking at when you walk by? I mean, let's just be honest here. Let's just be 100% honest. They're checking out that ass. Wrong or right?
I mean,
Let's just be honest
there's really
here.
not much left to the imagination.
Not much, but maybe that's
Right.
the kind of thing. It's just like, you know what? I've worked hard for this ass. I'm going to
Well,
show it off.
You know
or
what?
maybe like we're
I
just
mean,
being,
I don't see anything wrong with that.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Show off that ass a little bit.
Yeah.
And maybe we're being chauvinistic pigs here, and the girls are just like, look, I work hard. I just want to wear some comfortable pants. That's fine, but guess what? Dudes are checking out that ass for sure. 100% with the yoga
I mean,
pants.
You could wear a pair of loose sweatpants, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there are some
Yeah.
choices.
You could look like Debrat or like some
Yeah.
kind of like 90s female
Yeah.
MC and wear like some baggy pants or,
Yeah.
like.
There's some
But
choice.
no, nobody's. Yeah, the advent of the yoga pants, man, it's just like revolutionary today, right?
It really is. I mean, like every female wears them now. It's
When
like
you see
they're
a dude where he's got the camel tail, he's like, hey, what's up, bro? Like in the yoga pant, you're like, all
that'd
right,
be
let's
just like
just.
the most awful thing ever.
That's
like,
horrible. Nobody wants to say it, you know.
No, let's don't make that a fad.
Yeah.
No.
That's not true. You know, and here's a weird admittance for me, but like, you know, like tight black jeans, like skinny ass jeans were like a fad, like early 2000s all the way up
yeah.
to recently. And I kind of got to the point where I kind of really liked them, you know, they kind of made me feel cool, but they hinder your movement too much, man. So what I would do is secretly like find some like, not yoga pants, but like maybe some like spandex. And from a distance, you can't really tell if it's spandex or just tight jeans. So I would just wear spandex, and I could do all the dance moves and play my guitar and like run around stage, and everybody's like,
I never knew
"Is
this.
that BC's package? What is that?" You know, on stage. You know what I mean?
I never
But-
knew this
I
about
know.
you, man.
I know.
Really? So you wore
I don't like-
spandex for
Oh,
real?
yeah, you know,
You
it
still,
is a
you
free-
still got some spandex?
I got some. And,
Yeah.
You know, some,
I think on the next show you need
yeah.
to wear your spandex.
Well, nobody can
pants.
see our. How you know I'm not wearing them right now?
Well, maybe-
Huh? You can't see our pants.
Maybe we move this and we do it
Yeah.
standing.
There we go. We stand up. We move the
Yeah.
desk.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like spandex.
And maybe you could do some stretches.
There we
Yeah.
go. Yeah. I'm not very limber at all, man. You do yoga?
No, I don't.
I wish I did.
But you know, part of my day is, you know, I get up like Uncle Cal early.
Yeah.
And I go to work and I get my administrative stuff done, and then I, you know, work on myself. So
Right, yeah.
just trying to stretch core, you know, working on my shoulder, get my shoulder warmed up before work, and you know, and then I get adjusted once
Yeah.
a week.
Oh, nice, man.
Yep. Usually on Thursdays.
You've hired another guy that you trusted.
Just
That's-
Dr. Stan Frost. He's retired. He
that
comes.
speaks volumes that you
Yeah.
trust a guy to
Oh,
do
yeah.
what you do to
Oh,
other people.
man,
you know,
I mean,
it's
look.
cool.
I mean, I have to. You know, I live by example. I
Yeah,
live by example.
yeah.
So I get adjusted. You know, decompression. I supplement my diet every day. You know, I work out at home. You know, try to eat as good as I possibly can. I mean, I'm not perfect either, but I'm probably better than most.
Yeah. Do you ever like one time you're like I was laying down because you're like I'm just gonna adjust your neck, and I was like, all right, man, like I've never really done this, and you had my skull, probably my 20-pound skull, like in your hands, dude, and I was like, all right, man, I'm kind of nervous, I don't know what to do. You're like, don't worry about it, man, just wiggle your right toe, and I was like, okay, I guess I will. And before I said a will, you're like, and I was like, oh! I was like, oh. I think I just like put my hand up over you and started like rubbing your arm or something.
It's actually called cortical distraction.
That's a weird thing?
So
okay. I mean, a real thing?
It's like, so just think about this. Like if you're standing somewhere and you got your back to somebody,
Right.
and someone comes behind you and touches you, your first thing is you tense up.
Right, yeah.
Nervous system wise, you're programmed that way.
Which is not good for you for impact or,
So
right?
the same, yes.
Yeah.
So the same thing with adjusting is, you know, I try to use, you know, things that will get their mind off of when I put my hands on them, because
Yeah.
your body instantly tenses. You can't help it.
Right, you're in defensive mode.
So
yeah.
when the adjustment occurs, is that moment where you feel them relax.
Yeah.
And
Gotcha.
You know, and because it doesn't take a lot of force
Right.
to adjust someone. It's
What's
really
like-
light. It looks. I mean, you see all these videos online. You know, and I mean
Yeah.
they're selling like views, right?
Right.
So they try to make it this big theatrical like thing.
Right.
And,
A little out of proportion.
right. And it's really not like that. And, you know, so it's really a very minimal amount of force it takes to do it. Because
Yeah.
they're really moving the joint about 2 to 3 millimeters. It's about the thickness of a pencil lead.
Wow.
So it
It's like you
sounds
got a
like
bunch
a lot.
of bubble tape. You're just like,
Yeah,
in your
it
hands.
sounds like a lot, but it's
Yeah.
really not. So, you know, we do have folks, you know, they come in, they're a little bit nervous about it. And I get it. And
drag 'em.
I always try to make them comfortable and
Yeah.
try to explain exactly what we're doing, how we're doing it, why we're doing it. And, you know, when you have purpose and you know, like the segment that is locked and it needs to be unlocked, and you know where to go through palpation, you know what to do. And it doesn't take a lot of force if the person, but you got to get them to that relaxed
right.
state. you
Yeah,
know?
like kind of
Yeah.
distract them. Is the secret to life maybe just relaxation? Because, you know, in a weird, kind of horrible example, like the dudes that are like hammered drunk and they get in an accident, like they're fine. There's not a scratch on them because they're just like loosey-goosey.
True.
And if you tense up, like, oh, God, I'm in an accident, like, psh, you get whiplash, you're in a
of-
neck brace. And same
lots
thing
of
with
damage.
music, man. If you're just like, I must play faster, you know, like you tense up, like there's no way in hell you'll ever be able to play it, versus like when you just kind of relax,
Yeah.
loosey-goosey, you're
Right.
just kind of like, it's
Yeah.
almost like the opposite of what you would think would have the result. The more you relax, like the faster you can play. And I'd assume it's like that with a lot of facets of life, probably athletics and everything, just kind of relaxing and getting into your own vibe. And if you're getting a shot, man, you ever got a shot and you get nervous, like you flex and then you get that one shot and your arm is just sore as shit for like
because
2
you
weeks.
Contracted your muscle when
Right.
it went in.
Yeah.
Because you tighten the muscle fibers. No, I think you got a good point. You know, obviously you can't live in a state of relaxation
Yeah.
because you wouldn't be able to pay
Unless
your
you're
bills.
smoking a lot of reefer. Yeah.
You couldn't pay your bills.
Unless you work at like a reefer factory or something.
Yeah, but
Colorado.
you do need to find outlets and your day, and even if it's just 10 or 15 minutes, you know, just an outlet in your day just to go have your body just be numb for a little bit and just kind of get rid of all the sensory stuff coming at you and just get to a place where you're happy and you're comfortable.
Yeah.
And I think it's kind of like the reset button. You
Yeah.
know? I think we all have to do that. Like for me, when I come home, because, you know, I've worked, you know, 10, 11, 12, 13 hours. And, you know, a lot of people talk about the steps they take.
Right.
I wish they had a meter for the words I have to say in a day because it's extreme.
The word count? Oh, my wife gets on to me all about. She's like, "Yeah, your word count is exceeded for the day."
Yeah.
I'm really quiet. I'm like,
it's extreme.
I'm a talker, babe. I don't know.
It's extreme. And so, like, for me, when I come home, I just like to, when it's nice outside, I'll go out on my back porch and I'll pour me a drink or not or whatever. Maybe put some music on, some songs I know.
Or not.
Okay, that's very.
When does that ever happen? I'm just
Okay,
playing.
that's
It's
happened. It happened once.
Once ever.
And then I'll put something on my phone that I know this is a song that kind of just takes me down in that gear, you know.
Hell yeah, man.
And if I could just get literally 15 minutes, 20 minutes of that before all of
Dealing with
we need to do this, and your son did that, and he, you know, all the things you got to handle at home.
I know it, man.
I think if everybody just did that, like if they just did that when they got home, and each like person respected that of their spouse,
right?
I think relationships would be so much better.
I know what you're saying, and a lot of wives are probably not going to accept that, and that's why so many dudes are like, all right, well, I'm going to hit the bar right after my work shift for at least an hour, then I'm going to head home, and wives are kind of mad about that too, but maybe it's something they need to do. And a lot of wives sometimes need to just go out and have a glass of wine with their girls and just, you know, vent or whatever. I mean, we all do, man.
We got to have our outlets.
Yeah, we got to have the outlets.
We got to have it. We got to
totally get it. But that's another thing I want to talk to you about, man, is like you're kind of a connoisseur of bourbon. Yeah. Like your bourbon display at your house, you got the cellar. It's very impressive, man. And let me ask you this, because like another personality flaw of mine is like I sometimes feel like, what's the word I'm looking for? My etiquette is bad, because like I'll be hanging out with you and, you know, my wife and your wife and stuff, and you'll give me, you're like, here, man, try this. And you're giving me some bourbon or a scotch or something like that, and it's kind of like smoking. You're like, this is from a barrel from Kentucky. It's like 700 years old or something. Not that, but I'm like, all right, cool. And I'll take it. I'm like, dude, you got any Coca-Cola for this? Like, can I pour some Coca-Cola? Yeah. And my wife's like, Brian, you don't mix Coca-Cola. That's an expensive bottle of bourbon. Like, that's rude. You know, I'm like, oh, shit, I'm sorry. And I'm sorry if that was rude. Yeah. But just to clear it up, like, is that messed up? Like, you don't mix Coca-Cola with bourbon.
I mean, you know, look, I guess everybody's got their style and what they like.
Is it like putting ketchup on your
true purist, like bourbon drinkers, scotch drinkers, they're going to drink it neat or with one of the big ice cubes. And the reason, like the big ice cube thing is not just some kind of little fad thing. The reason it's a big ice cube is because it doesn't melt as fast as like broken up ice, which waters down the bourbon. So like the true purist, like bourbon drinker wants to taste the bourbon that came from the barrel, not water added to it. So, you know, when you drink one neat, it's just bourbon in the glass. Okay. And a lot of bourbon drinkers drink it that way. And then, you know, you got your next little step down and you put the big rocks in there because it doesn't melt very quickly. Okay. So you can still get a cool bourbon, but not so much water.
Right.
And
there's a whole science to the whole thing of enjoying it. Did you smell it and like do like the
sip it? there's the whole thing there, and you know, about how you're supposed to like inhale, smell at the same time you hold the bourbon in your mouth, just like a cab, just like drinking cab, just like drinking a Cabernet wine.
Swirl it around.
Swirl it around. The whole thing about the swirling around is getting a cab oxygen, because sometimes those have been in a bottle for a long time and they need to breathe. What they say, they need to breathe a little bit.
Right.
And it's really cool because you can actually take a cab that's been sitting in your cellar for a while, and you can pour a glass and drink it. Okay. Yeah. Then you can put it in a decanter, which is going to give it oxygen and let it sit and
rest.
What
is the decanter? Is that the
decanter? Is like a big open jar that you're letting all the wine go out of the bottle into that opening and gather oxygen. Okay. And let it rest and let it sit. and you can literally taste the difference. I know you would taste the difference. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
Between the one you just poured out of the bottle in your glass as opposed to the one that just sat in that decanter for, say, 30 minutes.
Okay.
It's a big difference.
Yeah.
I'm serious. It's not some kind of BS. It is
Right.
a real thing.
When you get deeply involved in the community of the wine connoisseur and the bourbon connoisseur, like those little details kind of just are so obvious probably, you know?
Well, if you go to Kentucky and you go to the Bourbon Trail and you go taste bourbons, you know, you're going to meet people that know a lot
Right.
about bourbon. So
Right.
you're going to learn.
Yeah.
So I think the best way is, you know, go do that. If you like bourbon, go do that Bourbon Trail. Go track down some places in Kentucky.
Sounds
some
like a
places
good
you want
trail.
to visit.
Yeah.
Spend some time up in Louisville or, you know, Kentucky there.
I love there, man.
Which is beautiful country up there, and then go learn because those people will teach you a ton.
Shout out to the Sawbillies, our homies up there, carving beautiful pieces in wood at the in Kentucky up there. And yeah, Villanova played Louisville, and shout out to Jed Bryan, my friend who's a horror director. I think he's from like up there in Kentucky. And yeah, man, it is bourbon and barbecue. I feel like that's their two major exports. You know, which
That
is
sounds pretty
great
good.
with me.
Yeah,
Like if it was
sounds pretty
closer,
good.
I'd go there tomorrow. You know, we're living in South Carolina, it's a little further, but when you're on tour, it's great to go there, man. I love it. Love that place.
That sounds awesome.
Hell yeah. So ask you a couple more things. What about fasting? What's your thoughts on fasting?
Well, I've never done it.
No?
No, my wife has. Some friends of mine have,
They're-
and they all really are. They're buying it. They're in
Right.
it.
Not
I
just
mean,
for weight loss, but like for
Just-
cancer-killing cells and stuff like that. Do you buy into that whole thing?
I think it is. Yeah, I mean, I do, and maybe I might not be the most knowledgeable about this, but
Okay.
I do know this part about science. It's kind of like the same thing with the cold plunge, and there is tons of research to show that essentially what that does is it stresses the body in a way that the immune system is just super aware of anything bad in the body.
Okay.
And it attacks it and gets rid of it.
Oh, I've never heard it put that way, dude, but that makes so much more sense. Makes total sense.
So who's the guy that played Thor?
Chris Hemsworth.
All right. So he has on, I think it's on Disney Plus.
Yeah, like a longevity.
Did you see his longevity thing?
Yeah.
Did you watch that?
Yeah, I've seen some of it. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So what was cool about that series is that he went through all of these tests that apparently stress the body to the point where the body becomes so much more aware of itself.
Yeah.
Because it goes into a survival mode,
Right.
which is a totally different setting in your body than you just doing your normal thing.
You're attacking foreign bodies and cancer cells and fat
they
cells.
have and not only have they talk about it, but I mean they have scientists on the show that go through the research.
Right.
I mean they're really studying this thing from a very scientific PhD standpoint, and there's proof in the pudding. So it does work.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Like some of my friends, shout out to my buddy Whit. He's done like a 3-day fast, and Bruce Fagan, he's done this too. I'm like, 3 days?
Yeah.
God dog, dude.
Yeah.
I made it like 19 hours, man. That's not the most I've made. I think I made a 24 one maybe. But
That's
I'm like,
pretty
God,
amazing.
it just sucks, man. Like I hate stuff that's that's another thing. I love stuff that's bad for you, and I'm not a big fan of stuff that's very good for you. Like fasting, like treadmill's the most boring thing for me in the world. I hate it.
This might be an intervention for you, Brian. I mean, you need to seriously, man. You gotta step up. You know, because you got kids, you got
know it, man.
wife, and you got to be around for a while, man.
I know. I got two young kids. You know, maybe
Yeah.
a third one on the way. We don't know. Whoa, watch out.
What?
No, I don't think so. But I like kind of just leave it in there. And you know, she's like, "What'd you do?" I'm like, "Hey, we're still young enough. Let's have another baby." She's like, "Anyway, that was too much." But I'm an oversharer. I like to overshare. You know, I like to connect humanity in that way. Another thing I was going to tell you about is the Connor Foundation. So let's talk about the Connor Foundation a little bit, named after our brother Chris Connor. We talked about him earlier, one of the best human beings alive that we ever known. And he died of cancer at 38 and stage 4 lung cancer. And we're like, how can we take all the love that he had from the community and turn it into a positive thing? People donated a lot of money. We've done a lot of beautiful things. When I say we, I just kind of show up where you guys tell me, and you're like, play this music here, do this. I'm not really that involved. So Anyway, Connor Foundation, go. What do we do? What do y'all do?
So we, a lot of things. We have scholarships for kids at the high school level that are seniors going to college
Right.
for music-related types of studies they're going to do in college.
Yeah.
So, I mean, not just playing an instrument. Like if you want to go into production, mixing music, making videos, all that kind of stuff, we have scholarships that are at the local high schools throughout the community here in Lexington 1.
Yeah.
We also have help for musicians who, let's face it, a lot of musicians, they bless us with their talents and their music, but they don't make enough money to afford health insurance.
Horrible insurance plan. Most musicians that I know.
Right. I mean,
If any.
I have a horrible, insurance plan, and
Yeah.
you're
a doctor.
But that's something we need to fix.
Yeah.
That's something we need to fix.
Yep.
But they can't afford it. So the Connor Foundation has through on our connorfoundation.org, you can go in there and you can apply for some help, from financial help.
Yeah.
So we've helped a lot of folks with cancer, just trying to get just simply things like getting transportation for them to take them to the hospital to receive treatment.
Yeah.
We've done things like we've set up music rooms in the hospitals for kids who are going through cancer at the Children's Hospital. So you know what? They can go for an hour and go play some instruments and do something really happy and really fun and forget about their cancer treatment for a little while. God, what else have we done?
I've done that a little bit. Like
Yep.
You guys have sent me to the Children's Hospital, and I've played a little bit with some kids, and dude,
it's rough. It's hard.
I think I'm a strong person, and I gotta put on the show. I'm like, what's up,
Yeah.
guys? You want to play some music? And there's kids with they're bald and they got the head wrap on. I'm like, don't cry, man. You got to be strong for these kids. And I'm just like, all right, we're gonna learn this. We're gonna learn this. You grab that tambourine, bro, and hey, man, you grab this. And we're just I'm kind of putting a little show, man. But it's afterwards. And God bless those girls, all the ladies and everybody that works at the Children's Hospital anywhere in the world, but especially ours in Columbia, man, because it is a beautiful thing that they do for those kids.
We
man.
thank you greatly. It's a very surreal moment because what it does is it puts you in a place where you're like, well, what if this was my child? It's rough.
Yeah.
It's rough, but it's
No kid should be sick. That's
No.
my rule.
No.
Cosmically speaking,
No, and so it warms your heart, to go up there and see those kids smile and laugh and have some enjoyment for a little
here's
bit.
the thing, man. As much talent as I think I have, I'm like, hey, man, let me show you kids how to play a song. We'll play Wheels on the Bus, and everybody's kind of into it. But then they'll just bring in some giant dog, and nobody gives a shit about me anymore. They're like, oh my god, I forgot what the name of this giant dog. What's it called? It's like a Burmese. What's Beethoven, and is that what's the biggest dog?
Talking about Saint Bernard.
Is it Saint Bernard? I think
Yeah.
it is, but they have
They're
some
big.
Saint Bernard that comes and all the kids can pet it and stuff,
Yeah.
man, and that's the best thing for them. I mean,
Yeah.
music is great too, but
Yeah.
it's all right, I can't compete with a dog, bro.
It's pretty hard.
He's just uplifting
It's pretty hard
everybody
for
in here,
kids,
dude.
They like dogs.
Yeah.
But you've also done the VA. We also set up a little music program for a lot of the vets here in Columbia that are suffering from PTSD. And Brian actually went up there and we bought instruments and
bunch of
Brian
acoustic
went up
guitars.
and taught some singing, writing lessons and tried to help them learn some keys on the guitar, on the keyboards and stuff. And Brian did that for a while, and that was really cool for them to get a little escape, and there again, escape through music, and music just brings joy to everybody, and it gives you a good feeling. So we've done that too.
It's a good way to kind of have the legacy of our brother Chris Connor, and because that's what he would want to do with his legacy and the generosity that people have given the foundation. We just give it back to help people in need. That's kind of the idea behind the whole thing.
Well, the whole reason we started it was, when Chris was diagnosed and, hospital bills were just astronomical.
Do you remember when he got that one batch of chemo that he was allergic to? It was $20,000.
Yeah.
And they gave it to him, and he almost died because it made him sick. He still had to pay for that one.
Yeah.
And then he had to get another one.
Yeah.
So, dude, that's like $40,000. One of them doesn't even work, man. That's just like medical bills in our country. You know what I'm saying?
Number one reason for bankruptcy is you can't pay your medical bills. I mean, that's.
I mean, you can go through your whole life, man, just paying your bills, doing your, like, you know.
And then one day,
bam, and you're sick. You get in an accident, whatever, and you're just fucked. You know.
You are. It's a pretty rough proposition. You know, we lost Chris way too early.
Yeah.
It was tough.
Yeah, he's way cooler than I'll ever be. So it's you know, it's so crazy, man. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I wish he still around.
Now that would be a podcast. Forget me, dude. Like, it's the Chris Gunner Shane podcast.
Ah, dang, man.
You guys will be on here for like 5 hours, though.
Yeah.
Good luck.
I mean,
as Connors, we like to talk a lot. You should meet my dad. Like, it's just good God. I mean, just starts to tell a story. You kind of want to grab, all right, let me grab the fast forward button here, Cal. Like, let me just get to the point here. We're all a bunch of talkers, man.
I'm starting to get a little lightheaded. There's no more oxygen left in here.
Yeah. But Chris, man, he would be like, hey, man, let me tell you guys something.
Yeah.
The other day, I was at the library and I saw, and we'd be like, yeah, tell us more, Chris, you know? Like, he had this way of like storytelling that everybody was like totally immersed in like everything he ever said. And then he would always give people this great advice and like just kind of be present with them. And like you, man, he's like, you need to move to Lexington, you know, but he would do that with just so many people, man, and like life-changing things because he actually cared.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
He did.
Unlike so many people that just pass by people in their life and you're like, hey, what's going on, brother? See you later. Blah, blah. We're just all in a hustle and bustle. He's the type that you just sit down with for 5 minutes and he might give you the most life-changing advice you've ever heard that nobody would ever give you, that everybody's like too scared to give you or don't care enough to give you or something. You know what I mean? So, I don't know, anyway. That's kind of like the example that I like. And when it comes to music, it's like I don't write any songs that are like lukewarm. I'm either like super depressed, suicidal, or like super happy, super angry. But it's nothing lukewarm, man. When I'm talking to you, I'm like, I don't give a shit about small talk. Like, let's go super deep.
Yeah.
And that's all I care about. Otherwise, I'm like, what are we doing here? You know what I'm saying?
It's like wasted time.
Right.
Because, you know, the point is, it's like the older you get, you know, and of course, I'm not old, but, you know, and in a lot of kids' eyes, I am old. I'm 54 years old, but I think
good, buddy.
Thank you,
good, man.
I think about things though differently now, and you know, I think about like every moment is like this like little like slice,
right?
And like that slice is gone. This slice is gone. I mean, you got all these ahead of you, and I guess my point to that is trying to make sure that you live every moment the best you can.
Yeah.
Because it's gone.
Right. I know it.
It's just, it's not coming back. Like, you can talk about it and, you know, you can break it down in your mind and waste a bunch of time on it. Or you can just, if you made a mistake, learn from it, make yourself better, right? And not get so caught up in the moment about what happened in the past, because
I know exactly
already
what
happened.
you're talking about.
Yeah, it's done.
However, I am a victim of my own past a lot of times. Like, I'll be hung up in a loop of like something I did wrong for way too long, and then I'll like torture myself over it, and like, God dang it, dude, I should have done this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? Like, so I mean, I can relate to a lot of people that get like hung up in that loop, man. But you're right, you got to break the pattern somehow, some way. You know, whatever it is, dude. Go see your local chiropractor and let him.
I'll yell
stand up straighter. You know, go. I don't know. Go to a concert. You know, go to a wine tasting. Whatever you want to do.
Chris was
church.
We used to do a lot of. We had so many fun times together, man.
Yeah.
I remember. Like when we were kids, you know, just music, because we always sang, and we get up and Grandpa's like big pear tree out there in the front, and we would just like sing harmonies and melodies all the time, sit up in the street, and just sing for hours, and of course then we'd like make up like really dirty words. Of course. That rhyme, and then we just start cracking up, you know, just having a bunch of fun. But you know, it was always, it's so funny. I look back at so many things that we did, like, and you know, we would go down 12 Mile Creek and like fish and seine at like midnight and camp out there with a lantern and sleep overnight.
If you don't know what seine net is, there's a net called a seine net. One person walks out with like a spear and it's all connected to a net. You swoop around, and when you pull up your net, it's full of fish.
Yeah.
We did it at like Merle's Inlet and like Southport,
and
like
Chris,
the inlet.
Chris knew and it could identify like every known
marine
fish.
biologist.
It's
Yeah.
Like I just knew one day he was going to be a marine biologist.
Well, it's like shout out to our friend Dr. Reeves, Tom Reeves, man, because he's like literally a zoologist and biologist, and him and Chris like were tight friends, man, because Chris is such a biology nerd. Like, I mean, me and Chris played his wedding, so he really was, man. Like, he was kind of what I talk about a lot of times is the Renaissance man, you know, because sometimes you're like the big bulky jock that like doesn't care about art and you only care about football and whatever, and that's cool. Or you're like the kind of the puny kind of nerd type that can draw really good, or you're only into practicing your guitar or whatever. Or sometimes you're kind of like a combo of all those things. And like I kind of think of like you guys and like Bob Hilton and my brother like that, and my friend like Brooks Herring in Nashville, where they're like these big bulky dudes that work out and like, but they're also like killer guitar players, like killer singers. And it kind of makes me be like, fuck y'all, man. What the hell, bro? You know, like there is no bully or nerd.
Dang.
They're kind of like both at the same time somehow. You know what I mean? And it's like so
I never
endearing.
really thought of it that way, bro.
I mean, you know, you're just breaking down the stereotypes of like 80s movies, I guess, at this point, because that's the era I came up in. But no, because Chris was like, I mean, I'll tell you this, dude, you don't want to fuck with him either. I mean, he's like, Chris was 6'5", and you're what, like 6'3"?
No, I'm like 6'2". I'm your height. You and
No,
I
I'm
are the same
6'1". You're taller than me, dude.
Yeah, well, maybe we're.
But you're just kind of, I guess the way you carry yourself, you seem taller, man, or something. I don't know.
Yeah, no,
And-
Chris was tall as heck, man.
Yeah, but and Chris probably, he could brawl if you ever had to, but the thing is, like, as soon as anybody ever would talk in a negative way to him, next thing you know, there's like 30 people behind him of all shapes, sizes, and races and creeds. Like, you're talking crap to Chris, what's up?
You're not going to
he's
talk
like,
to him like that.
And Chris is like, hey, man, please don't kill this guy. Like, I don't want y'all to kill this guy, like, just because he says something bad to me. You know, that's the kind of person he was. You know,
diffused.
everybody had his back, but he didn't want them, he didn't want any violence. He didn't want, you know, anything bad happen to anybody. He loved everybody. So that's the kind of example I think we both lead, or we both follow, rather. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, thoughts about that?
Yeah, that was. I mean, it was just good. You know, the years I had with Chris were great. You know, I'm only child. I've probably said this 1,000 times, but you know, Chris was the only thing I ever knew as a brother. We were just so close.
Hello.
Well, I mean, all right, we're talking about Chris right now, Brian.
I know.
Yeah. So
It's all about
I'm just,
me
but
all the
you know,
time.
it is funny. It's like before Chris passed, you know, he's like, all right, so you got to take care of my little brother, all right, you know, and just always be there for him. And I was like, you know, that's not going to be a problem. You know, so don't worry about that. I got that.
It was more of a problem than you thought. But your wife's like, Brian's really staying over here tonight, drunk again, Shane.
Damn it, Jim. Nah, but yeah, so it was pretty cool. And I think because of that, like you and I got a lot closer, you know, because you were a lot younger and, you know, but, you know, I think that's kind of doesn't really matter anymore.
I love it, man. That's the beautiful thing about my brother is he had like no confidence in my survival skills whatsoever. Because he did the same thing to Bobby Dredd, who I love Bobby. He's like another one of our brothers too, man. But he's like, hey, man, like you got to watch out for my brother. And Bobby's like, I got you, big C3. I got you, you know. So, yeah, man, it's an honor for me, man. I love to be associated with the old school crew. And I look up to you guys still like I am just a 10-year-old looking at you guys in the kitchen like, these guys are the coolest guys that's ever lived, you know. And I still think about that, about you and Herbie and Bob Hilton and Les and Ryan G. And, man, shout out to the Sourwood Honey. And Sourwood Honey, look up some music because I think it's on Spotify, iTunes, and Google Play now.
It is.
But you guys were contemporaries of like Sister Hazel, Jupiter Coyote, Treadmill Track Star, Edwin McCain.
Yep.
Like, and Hootie and the Blowfish had that Coochie Pop record, and you guys were like, you know, coming up right on the heels of that, man. Y'all both, I think y'all sold out Rockefeller's more than Hootie did for a while.
Time,
yeah,
man.
dude. I mean,
those were some great.
Shout out to Darius, Mark, and you know Darius, right?
Yeah. Some great days. Great days.
And Sony. Love Sony. I'm trying to get Sony on the podcast.
Yeah, Sony
was. Love you, buddy.
Sony's, well, I mean, hell, Sony wrote like pretty much all the songs, correct?
He's great, man. He's got a new book out, and his like journey, especially to Christ, is really cool.
I got it. I read it. Yeah, it's really good.
And
really good. I actually went to see Sony. Oh man, it's I don't go to Columbia a lot, but it was kind of a place where you can go, you know, co-op a garden and all that, and we had like some dinner and everything. Sony was there. He was introducing his new book, and so that's where I got his book. And we got chatted up there for a little bit, and guys had a hell of a journey, and it's a very positive one. So he's really turned everything around.
Musical genius. Maybe slightly underrated musical genius. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think people give him his flowers,
I actually don't think
but
many people know that.
Dude,
how many of
the
Hootie and the Blowfish songs he wrote.
Yeah, he's the drummer, and he used to have the long blonde hair. But I mean, him and Darius, his harmonies are off the chain. And and Mark Bryan shouted him. Speaking of buying shots for everybody at the bar, I've played the Windjammer enough times that all the palms were up. Mark Bryan will come in and at Villanova show and buy everybody in the bar, man. Charlotte and Mark. I mean, all the Hootie guys are freaking
good dudes.
Just heart of gold, man.
Yeah, good dudes.
And you've experienced that being the chiropractor at like USC games.
Yeah.
And I know we got to wrap it up soon, but I want to talk to you about this last thing to be like, what about the Marcus Lattimore incident, dude? Because you were on the field when that happened.
Yeah, it was awful.
And we've met Marcus Lattimore because he came and did a thing for the Connor Foundation. Just cool as hell, man.
Yeah, great.
And very inspiring speaker. Mm-hmm. And dude, and that's like one of the random football games that I watched. Like I said, I don't watch a lot of football. For whatever reason, I was watching that one, dude. And the way his leg fucking bent.
It was awful. I mean, it was like maybe 30 yards away from us, and you could hear it.
Oh, God.
And then, but you didn't know what you heard. All right?
Right.
But then he turned over, and his leg was like this.
Ugh.
And when it came down, I think he went, oh, my God. And then he grabbed his knee and he moved it back into place. And the trainers, everybody came out there, and, that whole thing was just moving around.
Was this 2019? What was this, 2016, 15?
I can't really remember, Brian.
Yeah. You got me the Jadeveon Clowney jersey.
Yeah.
It was around the same time, I think,
yeah,
maybe?
It was. And, that was a damn shame because that guy would have probably just smashed records in the NFL.
Yeah. Was he from Irma?
No, he played up in Spartanburg.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's where you went to chiropractic school up there, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He played up there, but
Sparkle City, shout out.
Yeah.
Shout out to William, my lawyer up there.
Somehow Marcus Lattimore gets to see this podcast. He's like living in Oregon now or something.
Is he coaching football now?
I don't know what he's doing. I totally lost contact with him. I used to speak with him quite a bit, and I think he's just, he's moved on and started a whole new life.
I think what happens is like somebody that lives their life so inspiringly in their younger years, man, they become this beacon of hope for the youth, and they kind of, it's almost like in their DNA, or it's just like a calling to kind of teach, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like coach and whatever, whether it's football, whether it's music, whatever, and people that have like done that. And shout out to Greg Vance from Dreamscape Productions Co-op, because my man has toured all over the country. Now he's a drum instructor and inspiring all these young kids to play drums. And like, I'm kind of in a similar boat. Like I've played every like beer-soaked, urine-smelling bar in the Southeast, and now I'm like teaching kids how to play songs. And Marcus Lattimore, same way, man. Like just kind of like inspiring the youth. 'Cause it's like almost like your duty at some point, dude. When you get maybe like late 30s, 40s, it's almost like you got this calling. Like, all right, man, let's teach this next generation coming up. And you can still do your thing. It's not like it's the end-all, be-all, but it's like, it's almost like a calling, man. Like, let's teach these kids something. Maybe they won't make the same mistakes you did.
Right.
And I'm sure Marcus Lattimore has got a lot to say about the ACL tearing and the whole fucking thing, because that was brutal, and he was so cool and charitable.
Super important, because, I mean, it's just like, with a church, the young people are the lifeblood of the church, and the middle age to older are the financial support for the church to help the church do things.
Right.
And I just really think that's, like a calling from God. Like we're responsible for our youth.
Right.
And we need to.
Not just your own.
Right.
I mean, obviously you love your own more than life itself, but it's more it takes a village.
Just think about how many kids come to your house. Like you got to lead by example, because they're watching everything you do.
I think about it like this, man. Like all the kids that are friends with my kid or the kids that I teach, they might not stick with piano or guitar, but they may end up being like a heart surgeon one day.
Yeah.
Guess who might need a heart surgeon one day? This guy.
Exactly.
So I'm trying to like raise them up positively as much as I can, dude. Interject positivity in their young minds, so one day they might save my fucking life, dude. You know, because that's what we're doing.
True possibility.
We're raising these young surgeons and doctors and everybody. Our next branch of society, man. We're just a bunch of old fogies going around like eating mashed potatoes at Hardee's at damn 5 a.m. Like walking the mall or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Watching Jeopardy. Who gives a shit?
Kids just need to be loved, man. They need to be loved, and they need, you know, you have to give them boundaries. They have to know boundaries, so they have boundaries in their life. And, you know, that's up to us as adults to set that standard.
I know no boundaries personally. But I don't know what you're talking about, Shane, but
I'm still working on Brime.
Yeah. I know I got a long way to go. Well, man, we should probably wrap it up pretty soon, man. But
cheers.
Cheers. Larry, let me sip this. What is this, dude? This is scotch.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, what's the stipulation for drinking scotch? Do you have to have your own business? Do you have to have like a chessboard in your office? Or is like Mad Men?
You have to wear a cardigan. Yeah.
Good God, sir. That's good though. Yeah. It is smooth, man.
It's smooth, yeah.
And you said the one chunk of ice is better because
it doesn't melt as fast. Like if you put like regular ice in there, alcohol will melt it very quickly.
Right.
Like the dense, like a ball or square, it just doesn't melt as fast.
So if I come to your house, we drink bourbon, and it's like, you know, $200 bottle, or you know, $2,000 bottle, and I'm like, hey, can I get some Coca-Cola? That's bad.
Yeah.
Don't. All right. My wife was right.
Don't ever do that again.
Sorry, everybody. I'm not gonna do that.
Sorry. Okay.
It's like going to Ruth's Chris and be like, I need some ketchup on my filet mignon, you know, or something like that. Is
Y'all
that
got
fair?
A1 for the steak.
I know, man. I'm just like not cultured enough, dude. I need to get into the whole bourbon thing.
Yeah. Well, you know, you do what you enjoy, but I mean, you know, find what you like and go for it.
Yeah, I like it, man. Well, listen, buddy, I love you so much,
I love you too, man.
I'm proud to be your cousin,
awesome.
and it's been good.
I'd love to do this, like, again. I just think it's like
we're going to do it every day. Greg, we're going to call you up, buddy.
We were just talking about, you know, I was telling the story. I was like, man, you know, we're thinking about, like, what would I do if, like, I retired? And I was like, you know, I would like to have a podcast.
Dude, you could easily have a podcast.
Like, just talking.
Chiropractic and, like, health tips from Shane Connor, bourbon tips from Shane Connor.
Just
Come on.
talking and just inviting people in and learning about people and what they do in their daily lives and different professions.
What I'd really like, we're doing 10 episodes on this podcast for this season, and you're number 6, good sir. So,
okay, cool.
You know, and Bruce has been 2 of them. He'll probably be another 1 or 2. You know, but the thing that I'd love to do is like us all record a song together, because I got a new song. Like have you on some percussion, like have Bruce just like yelling some random stuff or playing drum or whatever. And I've had Jessica Skinner. I don't know if you know her. Do you know her, dude?
I don't think so. Where?
She plays in a band called Prayer to the Mat. She's the most beautiful, glorious singer.
She played for you before, opening show by herself?
Probably. When I opened up with, Prayer to the Mat opens up for the Eagles tribute that I do with Greg Bickley a lot. So, dude, she's great. She's been on the podcast. Abel, my best friend, plays turntables. He's been on the podcast. Mitch James.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mitch James. That was.
I'm just watching that one now. I'm about halfway through it.
Mitch is great, man. The Silver Fox. He's amazing, man. That was awesome. So, one of our most watched episodes. And Bruce, man, it's just, you know how he is, dude. He's fucking hilarious. So
we need to get us 3.
That's what I'm saying. Like, well, maybe we're just the grand finale. Just like talk to Greg.
I don't know if much will get done.
Like
I don't know if much will get done.
10 mics. So we're all just talking up here. Like,
I don't know if much will get done. That'd be fun as heck, though.
That'd be cool.
Yeah,
that'd be cool. Awesome, man. Well, anything else you want to plug or anything like that? I don't know if there's.
I mean, just my practice. You know, if y'all are, if anyone out there needs a primary care, Elizabeth Tumaluen, she's awesome, and then we have Sonia Lane, who is our physical therapist.
I like the name Sonia.
She's incredible.
Red Sonia.
And then
Bridget Nielsen, she's got a giant sword.
Yeah. Jamie Preston is our massage therapist, and we got a great staff. So, you know, we just can provide everything that you need there. Decompression.
It's one-stop shop.
Yeah.
Collaborative healthcare.
Yeah. Call us 359-2273.
There you go. All right, man. I love you so much, buddy. I'm proud of you. Love you, buddy. Thanks, everybody. Hope this finds you well. Peace.